Let's start these up here. Make sure this is working. Close. We're live. Message. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Dawn. So I don't know the difference between reels.
You've
and
been
story.
trying to use reels all night.
Do you know how to Facebook pictures and films and reels?
I like tacos.
As well as do I.
Oh, 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 oh,
I've got to pee.
Are you gonna go pee? You want me to go pee? I gotta pee too. We always do this right before the start of the show. I'll go pee real fast. Keep people entertained. We're live. Latido. Alright. Much like Rage Against the Machine did at the 94 Lollapalooza, we are boycotting our own show tonight. So that's why you're looking at an empty stream. Or maybe not. Oh, I need to tell you about something after the show. Oh, I won't forget. Mmm, so chocolatey. Look at this.
So it's a chocolate beat.
So much coffee. So meaty.
So much coffee. You thought I was going to say cock.
Did.
Did you bring me some?
You have to have a
Would you like to
cup.
lick it off me?
Now
Who
the
wants
rest
to
of the-
stick it in your
this one?
pooper?
What's in your butthole? Let me look here at the camera real quick. No, we need to come up a little bit. A little bit right there. Good. What is in your butthole? What's in your butthole? What is in your... Yeah, Nick brought that over last week. Gotta hang it. Huh? I don't know.
I always think that dude is fucking Jeff.
He looks just like Jeff.
It's like Jeff's dad.
Like Jeff's, they were like brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they had a podcast called the Jerry Jonestown Massacre Podcast Show and always went out, people would always call them brothers.
They look just like brothers. Let's see here. Let's do this. Ready? This will kick off the show in a good way.
Are you going to put a song behind that? Or is that what we're coming into? Are you playing that and then a song?
Oh, I need to crank that up.
Check.
Check.
Chickadee check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Because big D's in your mouth, they're bad for your health.
I wonder what's inside the butthole. all inside your butthole? What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butthole? I always want to know. What's inside your butthole?
I wonder what's inside your butthole.
What's inside your butthole?
What's inside? Okay, you ready to start this?
I'm gonna take my shoes off because my toe is broke.
You broke your toe?
Yeah, I didn't tell you about that a few weeks ago.
No.
I put pictures of it everywhere. I was going.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was real or not.
Oh yeah, that was
I
real.
didn't know if it's like you're playing with reels.
What is reels?
I don't know what's real.
What is
anymore or
reels and
not.
what's Instagram?
I don't know what's real anymore and what's not.
What's a story? What's reels? What's
What's
a reels story? Is
I
there
don't
reels a story?
I don't know. Here we go.
I want to offend.
You know who we need to ask?
everyone.
We need to ask Troy. Hey, Troy,
What's reels?
what's a reel?
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
James Earl Jones.
This
just died?
episode of the
Jay Jones Last Kicker.
is brought to you by
Geist Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
This program contains graphic material, including offensive language. Viewer discretion is advised.
We'll exercise judgment right now.
Because we have.
In the name of Jesus,
Oh, thank you.
standing in the office of the prophet of God, I execute judgment on you, COVID-19. I execute judgment on you, Satan. You destroyer. You killer. You get out. You break your power. You get off this nation. I demand judgment on you. I demand a vaccination to come immediately. I call you done.
God.
I call you doggone. You come down from your place of authority, destroyer. You come down and you crawl on your belly like God commanded you when He put His foot
You
on
come
your
down.
head in the Garden of Eden. You will destroy through COVID-19. No more.
No more. No more.
It is finished. It is over. And the United States of America is healed and well again, saith the mighty
Hallelujah. Glory.
Hallelujah.
Give us money.
Show number 398. Good Lord, it is December 1st, 2020. Hallelujah. In the name of Jesus.
Will be a vaccine.
There will be a vaccine. Get behind us, Satan.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday,
There
Matt.
will be a vaccine.
Jesus.
Jesus says there's going to be a vaccine. Brought to you by Kenneth Copeland. Did he
Kenneth
put that
Copeland.
together?
Yeah, that was Kenneth Copeland. Chances of him ever coming in the temple. Ever.
Ever?
And sitting down in that chair right across from you and looking you in the eye. And
Is it
going,
over 1,000,000 to 1 that he doesn't?
Yeah, there's no way. I would just put it at
Well,
infinite numbers
the
that he would
question
never come in.
Would actually be, if we got him in, how long would he stay?
He would come in here and look at this room and
Just
be
start
like, there's
rebuking
too
us.
much devil in here. I got to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'd look at that Methinks poster right over your shoulder and be like, I'm out.
Yeah, and then I'd start quivering my lip. And then I'd tell him a joke about shooting people.
Whores
Yeah.
in the back.
Yeah. It is Tuesday night.
It would be fun to get him in, though.
I want to know who that kid is that made that.
I got his name, or
Better
I hope
give,
this is his name. His name is Andre Antunes.
Andre
ANDREANTUNES. You can go look him up on YouTube. He does a lot of crazy stuff. He did another video with what's her name? The white
Stormy
the
Daniels.
Trump apologist.
Stormy Daniels.
No. The Trump apologist, something white.
White.
God damn it.
Start the show over.
Let's just do this all over again. YouTube.com. If you put in metal Metal Kenneth Copeland.
Metal Copeland?
That's what comes up. So that's how you look for it. He did it for
The
Paula
Nookie?
White. Paula White.
Not the Nookie?
No, he did not do it for the Nookie. How does this one start?
Who's Paula White?
Um,
Let's hear it.
it's a Trump lover.
Trump lover.
Yeah.
Like one of his past?
So no, she's like
Who's the one that
she's
is-
a white ringed
Whoa.
ringed
A white ringed?
a right wing
Right wing.
prayer guy that Trump or prayer lady that Trump.
Oh yeah,
does
the one,
something
didn't she?
for-
And then now she's a porn star.
She's a porn star. Paula White's a porn star.
There's some preacher that's a porn star. Another good one. Can we ask him to join our band?
Let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear the sound of shouting and singing. I
Is he
hear
playing a
the sound of
PRS?
victory.
That's the only problem.
That's what it looks like. I keep trying to see how many strings are on it. Oh, it's just 6.
All right, yeah, turn that off. The music's awesome, but I can't stand her, whoever she is, Paula White.
Paula White,
Yeah,
who you said
Fuck
has
her.
suddenly become a porn star.
I thought there was some woman that is famous now because she's a preacher turned to porn star,
Oh
stripper,
yeah, yeah,
or
yeah. We
stripper
talked
to
about
porn
her.
star.
No, we talked.
One or the other.
She went from a preacher to a porn star.
Yeah.
We talked about her on the show.
But you can't find any pictures of her nude.
Is this a challenge?
To cum to. Someone send us a picture.
I thought I
Not
pulled them
you.
up that night.
That's not your job.
Preacher gone porn star.
Did we talk about this the other night? This is how I
Brittany
found out about her.
De La Mora.
Let me see.
She was. She used to preach the gospel at the Cornerstone Church in San Diego, but 6 years ago.
She found the Lord.
Oh wait, no. Hold on. She's become a pastor.
So she went from stripper to pastor.
Yeah.
She's
from
not.
porn star to preacher. There was someone we had that went from preacher to porn star.
Yeah, I thought there was too. I thought that was her. Well, I haven't seen a picture of Brittany.
This
Let's
kind of
see
looks
here.
like the girl we talked about.
What's
though,
her name?
So maybe that was
Brittany what?
Brittany with an I.
BRT
BRITTNI. DE
DE.
space LA
Oh, she has her testimony out there too. if you
space
wanna hear
more.
it.
Oh, you got that out there?
Yeah. Let me take out the silly part.
I swear there was a preacher that became a porn star,
Let's see if this is the one I'm thinking of.
but that girl looks like the one we talked about.
What do you think happened? What happened to her? Like, why did she go from preacher or porn star to preacher?
Well,
This is not the one I was thinking of. By the
the
way,
life of a
This is
porn
new
star
one.
is what, 6 months these days before they're washed up.
Yeah, is this a common thing then? Do a lot of women find Jesus? It's kind of like dudes that go to prison, they find God. A lot of strippers that go to the pole find Jesus.
Maybe, but what
This
about
is-
a lot of people that go?
Because this is not the one I was thinking of.
You kill someone, then you go to prison and you find Jesus. It takes you being on death row and seeing that you're going to die.
What if you're on death row and you become a stripper?
That is something we need to look up. Death row inmate becomes stripper.
Yeah, I've been thinking about something. I've been meaning to bring this off the record and not on the show. Up to you.
Uh-oh.
It's funny that we're talking about these weird
Are you-
occupations.
Are you going to death row?
No, I'm not going to death row. I think we should start a list and drive or something.
Okay.
And remember how when we first started, we did the bands. We focused on bands. We made a wish list, and was it Shauna and us all kind of just attacked it? So we do the same
Will,
thing.
Shauna,
yeah,
Susie.
Seth, or whoever was involved at the time.
Yeah.
I think we should do the same thing, except let's do it with occupations. So, like, mortician, or like just crazy odd shit. Like, it can't be, hi,
Okay.
I'm, what's his name that does Rodney Anderson. I do mortgages. We can't, no, we don't want to talk to that asshole. We want to talk to,
Clay Cooley.
yeah, but I'd be willing to do Clay Cooley.
And why he wouldn't
Wait, that
give
sounded
some
bad.
friends of mine
I'd be willing to
a
interview
good
Clay
deal
Cooley.
on a vehicle.
No, I'd interview him about the fight. But
What?
let's start the fight.
Oh, the fight about them. No, I was
No,
looking up
the
something.
fight with Homeboy down in Houston
Yeah,
that we're trying to set up, the pay-per-view event that we're going to make millions.
we're gonna make a lot of millions.
But all joking aside, I think we should set up a folder that has our wish list of occupations that we want in, of interesting people. When we first started, we had that one dude that was on a reality show, and it was crazy.
I
And
was talking about that reality show this weekend.
oh, you were
Yeah,
really? That's
the,
not I forgot what it was.
it was
Midgets?
No, it was Love with Overweight Women.
Oh, that's right.
Big-
Well-
something big love. Nicole Mitchell is the
Nicole
pastor
Mitchell.
that's gone porn
All right,
star.
let me see if this is her. Anyway,
Thank you.
just
thank
something
you.
that
Thank you.
like that in our battle of the bands that we the spin it or kill it or flip it or spit it or whatever.
No, I'm totally down
Spank
with
it or
it
spit it?
because
Spit it or spank it.
ooh, she's on Bang Bros.
What's her name again?
Nicole Mitchell.
Nicole Mitchell. Nicole Mitchell Murphy.
No, put in Nicole Mitchell and then put porn star. It'll come up because there's a whole bunch. There's a flutist. So
Good gosh, this is a family show. First picture, man. She ain't playing around. This looks more like her. Now, where's her now?
what'd you do? Just go, oh my God.
Let's
Images?
see now. Because she's a preacher now, or she is the porn star now.
She's a porn star now. She was a preacher.
I don't know if this is the right one or not. I'm getting all kinds of Nicole. I'm getting Nicoles that got dicks now.
I
Great.
see one too. That's weird. That
All right,
Nicole,
Nicole
yeah, I'm
Mitchell.
backing out of all this.
Preacher?
So I know what you're saying because there's still a few people, and it was brought up to me over this past weekend. Sunday night, I went and saw a screening of a documentary at the Haltom Theater, which I have right here. It's
Are
called
you going to show
right
it to
here.
everyone? Who made that
Everything
bad
is
boy?
A-OK. And it was I guess a Kickstarter and a GoFundMe and all this stuff to get this going. But what it is, it's a documentary about punk music in Dallas. And I went to this thinking, usually when someone says Dallas, it's actually North Texas. But they did a good job of it just being the punk history of Dallas.
They kept it in Dallas?
In Dallas. No Denton, no Fort Worth. There was mention of a couple of things in Fort Worth, like Axis and Dream World in Arlington.
They mentioned Dream World?
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
Dream World drop.
Did they say you had to... Did they talk about how you had to buy your tickets and sell them?
Oh, that
It's
was-
California style, bro.
Yeah.
OC.
My name's River. You're going to do it.
OC.
What was his brother's name? The one that actually
Phoenix?
ran everything? No, that's the brother that died. At the Viper Room out front.
Anytime I tell a good joke now, I'm just going to go...
Didn't Al Jurgensen kill River Phoenix? Isn't that what we've come down to? Isn't that what the theory is?
You watch that documentary.
I watched that documentary. Al
Yeah.
Jurgensen gave him the heroin that killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he fucked his
A chicken.
rider.
Yeah. But this everything is A-OK. It was really good, but there was, as it was going through there, I was just going, shit, there's a bunch of people I want to get on the show that did interviews in this. So that's what I
Yeah,
like your
see-
list. We need to fire the list back up. We need to get the list back going.
Yeah, I'm not so much on doing the musicians though now.
It's not
I
musicians.
want if it's a musician, it's got to be second tier.
It's not musicians.
Like what is what's the tier system that what's his name uses on the ticket? Junior Miller, tier A, tier B,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's
Tier
not
1.
musician I want on here. It's people that were part of the scene and knew what was going on.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about straight up weird, like biohazard people or crime scene investigators or
Yeah.
like shit like that, like professional drug dealers and stuff like that.
People that want to be treated
Well,
like furniture.
We probably don't want to bring professional drug dealers into our studio
Well, we'd have to probably
'cause we could get shot.
mask them on YouTube or whatever.
Deep throat them?
Deep throat them, pixelate their face.
No, this is not Matt Thomas. So no one's in the chat room today. That's how we're going to roll today.
No,
We're
there's
going to end the room. We're going to end the year with no one in the room.
There's quite a few people in the room. I don't know what you're looking at.
God bless.
My
America.
numbers are better. No one.
Let me see here. Mine says 0 of 200.
Yeah, that means no one is commenting.
Oh. Well, let's do a roll call if you're listening and you have access to your
A lot of people,
passes.
you know, if you watch this on a
Roll
phone, you can't.
call.
If you
I'm not
watch this
watching
on a
on a
phone,
phone, I'm
no,
watching
but
on
if
the
people
computer.
are watching on the phone or they're watching on TV, they can't comment.
Well, they need to get their shit in order and get a keyboard or something. Like, okay, get a magic
Come on.
magic remote and hit the.
We're asking way too much
Hey,
of people to watch our
guys.
show.
I like you a lot. Here's
Listen.
$20 for your account.
Whoever
Go
doesn't
buy
have
Matt
a
computer,
Whoever doesn't have a keyboard for their phone, I've got a Q Cat out in the garage.
please give Stubbs.
Remember the Q Cat?
Yeah, please
Bling.
give Stubbs $20 for gas. Bling. I'm gonna get one of those things that the girls get, the cam girls, the
dingers.
ding.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, if we move
And-
this off YouTube and we put it on Facebook,
No, let's do it on OnlyFans or fans only or whatever.
no, Facebook they can do that.
Yeah, and I'll just hold this right
Bling,
here, and as I
bling,
get
bling.
gas money, I'll perform better. I'll be like,
That's one of the
I'll
deals.
tell better jokes.
That's one of the joys of doing Facebook video is that it'll go bling, 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 and people can donate and all this stuff right there. But we lose the YouTube. If we want to do a dual stream, it's
Yeah,
like
it's,
$40 a month.
Like, dude,
One goes to YouTube, one goes to Facebook.
well, how come YouTube doesn't have the feature where it goes bing?
Because YouTube doesn't want to give you money. They want to keep all
It's
their
kind
money.
of true. I don't think Facebook wants
Their
to give me any
AdSense.
money either.
I don't think anybody wants to give you money, and I don't like any of these
Just give
things
us your
anyway.
cash.
I'm waiting to go over to Parlor.
Yeah, pretty soon we'll be on We'll have our
Stupid.
show posted on Parlor and Rumble.
And the other one, I
What
forgot
is-
what else.
What's the other one? Grinder?
That other new one that everybody keeps, that all the
Newsmax?
Mimi
Mimi?
or MeWe or whatever. MeWe.
What?
It's another video streaming channel that all the right wingers are going to, and they're like, "We can do whatever we want over here," and
Good
blah blah
Lord.
blah. Here's pictures of my.
My dick with the Nazi flag on it.
Yeah.
I got a tattoo the other day with Schwarzenegger on my dick.
Here's
Look
my
at this.
boner with a Nazi flag hanging off.
It's
of it.
funny because they say
Hoisted
that,
high.
like, if you listen to any of the proponents of it, or is a proponent means they like it or not like it.
I don't know. I give up.
Anyway, any of the people that love Parlor, they're all you can be whatever you want. We're cool, man. We're cool, dude. The first post I saw,
Banned.
no, the first post I saw was like, what are they, black or Mexican? Because it was some crime or some shit over in some place, and I was like,
Oh.
okay, well, I guess that's a bunch of horse shit. We don't allow hate speech over here. Wouldn't the first fucking thing I see is derogatory of a
I
two
thought no. I thought the
ethnicities?
whole thing with Parlor was you can say whatever you want. We're not going to edit you or censor you.
unless it's offensive to or I think they still don't want you to be abusive. Well, how about let's just insult two groups of people
Yeah.
right off the bat. Now, this was someone that was a troll. It wasn't
Causing
like
problems?
Yeah, it
No.
wasn't like someone that is actively posting. And something that is fun to watch about Parlor. How much you been on there? yet?
None.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
I have an account on there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I've had it
Oh.
for like 2 months.
Oh, Matt Stubbs
So-
at Parlor.com?
No. Yeah, go. That's me. Go find that. And you'll find me. But anyway,
Is it a picture of your dick with a Nazi flag
Yeah.
draped over it?
yeah, that and the stars and bars. So no, it's.
Never give
So how
up.
much have you been on there?
None. I haven't
At
gone
all?
over
What-
there at
and
all.
what about Rumble? You sent me a video from Rumble today.
That was sent to me.
So you haven't looked at Rumble that much either.
The website.
It's kind of meh.
I don't even know what it is.
Parlor's kind of meh too. But here's the deal. It is fun to watch the people, the trolls that are starting to get it, because it's gotten a ton of publicity lately.
Mhm.
And so now the smart asses like us are starting to get on there now.
And
so
start
that-
trolls
yeah,
and
it's
screwing
like
with
you,
people.
you see someone talking shit about Trump and it is hilarious.
Well, what cracked me up was when they started trying to get everybody to come over there, right there around the election, was they were like, you can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. You can come on
Guess
over
you
here.
can.
And then the next thing I hear is that people are being banned left and right for saying what they wanted to, or going in there and just talking,
Yeah.
smack, or their left wing people going in there trolling, and they're banned. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's how it works. Okay, neat.
Yeah.
You're banning things already.
At the end of the day, isn't it the narrative's going to be controlled by whoever owns the company that you're using? I mean, let's face it, Twitter and Facebook are very fucking biased.
Yeah.
Like they're censoring the shit out of everything.
Everything.
Like basically, you have to be on their good side to get anything posted.
Yep.
And Parler's going to do the same thing. And so does every single unless there's a federal funded free speech America Mastodon put out.
I think there's Germans in this.
I'm not a big fan. It was kind of flat. You think that?
That's all right. I mean, I don't think it's super flat.
But anyway, my point is whoever owns the basketball court holds the basketballs and makes the rules.
And most of your telecom communities now own all the media outlets.
Right.
So enjoy that. And AT&T is trying to give away CNN.
What do you think about, though, with the new administration that might be getting in? I mean, oh, this is funny, too. I told this story at Thanksgiving, and I was like, well, this thing's, like, not fired up yet. Like, we don't know yet. And haven't y'all heard of the all these states that are under contest? And everybody that was there was like, what are you talking about?
I pissed some people off this week by saying, he's not our president-elect yet. Chill out. He doesn't become president-elect officially until
it's leaning
December.
Heavily like he's going to be the one that's sworn in. But Biden, if he remembers where to go.
How to get there. Well, they tried to kill him this weekend.
Yeah. Kamala was like, God damn it. Fuck, I was so close.
They tried to kill him this weekend.
So, anyway, my point is, have you heard this thing about them? One of the first things that they've said they're going to do, and this is scary, is the spread of misinformation. They're going to lock down.
Oh, really? They've already been doing that for the last, 4 years?
Yeah, and
5 years.
To me, if I was a conservative, wouldn't that scare the shit out of you? Wouldn't you be like, okay, so they're going to censor, they're going to get rid of all conservatives that are on Twitter and Facebook, is what it sounds like, because they specifically mentioned that they're going to address they're going to address the problem misinformation in social media and in the media.
They've been saying they were going to do that since Trump was elected, and they haven't done a good job of it at all. Facebook, we're gonna censor. We're gonna go through here, and we're gonna stop misinformation.
Well,
and
no,
we're
this
gonna
is the
stop doing
administration, though. Are the people that are going into office. They're saying
they're going to go in and
they're going to start up okay. So now it's funny because the Republicans have been dragging all these tech giants in and grilling them, right? In these Senate boards and these congressional board hearings, right?
Yeah.
So,
hearings on the Hill and everything.
Right. And so what's going to happen is they're going to do the same exact these tech giants and stuff are going to have to go do the same exact thing when Biden gets in office.
No, they're not. It's going to be a total lapdog fest up there. They're just going to climb on their little laps and be stroked and petted and be all pretty.
Yeah. Right.
You're working for us.
Right. Yeah. It's basically that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to go back and they're going to be like, we're going to figure this whole thing out. We're going to keep misinformation out, which is code for we're not going to let one side of the argument get out there at all.
Obama
in regards to anything.
allowed the FBI to set up an office inside the Facebook headquarters.
I thought Obama, the FBI just did it.
Under Obama's
watch. It's a mess, man. It's a mess, and it's fun. But what I was going to say is nobody knew that about Sidney Powell. Nobody knew about.
I'm tired of her.
You're like Dvorak.
I'm getting there.
Nobody knew. People that I was hanging out with barely knew about Giuliani and his presser and all that.
I'm tired of
where
him.
his die came down.
Yeah, that was awesome. Where his face
these
melted.
Are people, and it's funny because these are people that supposedly follow politics, and they had no idea.
No,
you know
because
why?
all the channels tuned out of it.
Yeah,
they were like, "This is too weird, and this is all misinformation, so we're not going to cover it."
All right,
it's news.
Where are you at right now?
In the temple out in my backyard, like
in life,
and what's going on?
Yeah, what do you think's going to happen? I heard Dvorak. I heard Adam Curry's theory. I've heard a bunch of people's theories about who's going to be in office in January.
So I really tuned out over this past week and a half.
Which is a good idea, by the way.
Because
we can't control shit.
Last week when the FTW guys came in, it was nice because we just talked about all sorts of other random shit instead of politics and ranting on what was going on in the. Oh, good Lord. Came in the next day to record vocals with James, and there was still a fog rolling out of this place. But I don't know, man, and I really don't care. Is that a bad attitude right now? I don't care. I'm glad. I'm glad I spent a week not worrying about any of that bullshit or what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But Trump's given up. It seems like you just don't hear anything that's going on. Sidney Powell has been just ranting and saying all this bullshit. No proof. Start throwing some shit out there. Start throwing some proof. Start throwing some.
But their
nuggets
argument
out there.
is the argument for them is
for courts. They need to save it all for the courts.
And the thing is they can't get a day in court to present evidence because these hearings right now are just to hear the evidence, and they keep getting shot down by state.
That's the way our court system is,
and lower federal court judges.
Okay, when you got your DWI, how long did it take for you to finally go to court?
No, I told everyone that on the show.
You've talked about it quite a bit, but how long did it take you to finally go to court?
Jesus Christ, man! It was like 4 or 5 years.
There you go. That's the problem with our court system is we have all this shit. By the time they can hear it or go see it, it's going to be like, we don't give a shit.
I think the thing that's troubling then is if there
by then
is
Biden will be dead.
Exactly. If there is something to this, to all the voter, not the voter fraud, but the election fraud, the actual systematic voting fraud, it's about to get squashed and just rolled over to the next one because if there is a time to find out what the fuck went on, it is right now.
It was last time.
Yeah, it was last time, but I don't think Trump knew what the fuck was going to happen to him when he got elected.
True.
And there's some people that say that the vote was being manipulated then, not the Russia hoax.
That's my problem.
But the actual Dominion issue and China finagling what they needed to be done. There's some people that say that they were actually doing it then, but they miscalculated shit.
Why are our voting machines
hackable?
Why is the information in our voting machines being transferred to Germany? Did you hear about that fucking raid and how many people died in that?
Yeah, how true? Wonder if that's true.
No,
because they're talking about a fight between the CIA and the MIA.
Yeah,
it was military intelligence fighting. It was American. That's my thing.
A total a Call of Duty shootout in the middle of a server room
in Germany.
In Germany, trying to get to these servers, and what was it? 9 people died in a huge firefight that went nuts.
It's the thing is, we'll never know if that's true because I think that would get squashed.
The server that happened to have all the information just accidentally got shot.
Is that what they're saying?
I have no idea, but that would be.
But the thing is, there is something suspicious about all these
really going on.
There is something suspicious about all these governors and courts that are allowing these Dominion voting machines to be destroyed and wiped. Why are they doing that? It seems like if you wanted the president to go in office with complete back of the country an opinion that he won the election, wouldn't you open everything up and be like, look at all of them. Let's look at all these votes then. Let's look at every single vote and see what happened. But these dumbass political asshats are wiping evidence and getting rid of evidence and trying to sweep it under the rug. Now, that's the thing is, there's a lot of people on both sides that this is going to affect later on down the road. I'd agree. Trump's an asshole. He probably did lose. But fuck, we got to open up things and look and make sure that there's no validity to any of this. Because if there is, then we got the major problem.
That's my problem with everything that's going on right now is I don't give a shit which way it turns. Whoever gets in office in January.
Just get to the bottom of this.
I want to get to the bottom of what the fuck was going on.
For the past 10 years, we need to get to the bottom of what's going on with our
Why can't we all
elections.
use the same goddamn machines across all states?
What was wrong with paper ballots?
Why can't you do paper? It takes enough time to count them anyway. You're not going to find out on election night what the hell's going on. You can
that's the
get
thing
numbers.
that's aggravating. Before we had these machines, we got our numbers.
That is true. Why can't we just all be on the same page across the country with everything, and everything be true?
Yeah.
Why are numbers fluctuating? I said this the night we were up at the Boiled Owl, looking at the screens, going back and forth. Why are these numbers fluctuating so much? Why does Trump all of a sudden have this many people, and then you look at it 30 minutes later, and he's lost. How do you lose numbers?
And the exact amount went to Biden. It's fishy.
Well, in that I didn't know at the time, but how are you losing? Then none of this made sense.
None of
this.
does. In the
That
swing
whole
states.
night,
In the swing
was like,
states.
what
All the other
fuck's going on?
states. All the other states had their shit together.
Well, Texas was blue for a while.
But I think here's the problem, though.
They
know how
even-
you were
Did
saying-
you listen to Joe Rogan with Tim Dillon
Not yet.
and the next guy on election night?
No.
They were partying because Texas was blue, baby, just like we were.
They're
at the
like,
bowl
we're
night.
about to smoke weed.
All right, it's going blue,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what just happened? We went red. Thought we were
Yeah.
blue, just like we did.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. I think, you know how you were saying, well, why can't we all get on the same page and figure out how we elect the president in state, like just across the board, make it a federal thing? That's why we're a republic, though, is because we have states' rights. We have state
No,
rights.
no. I want every state to be using the same equipment.
Yeah,
The same
I think you have
machines,
some
the same
hardcore.
stuff.
I think you have some hardcore constitutionalists that would fight that because they're saying, "Nah, man, we're a republic. It's up to the state to figure out how they're going to
And-
send for electoral votes to Washington."
And that's exactly why, Diebold's in some states, whatever that other
I agree
company,
with
the
you.
one that goes, they're in other states, the one that they're having issues with. I
Yeah,
can't remember the name of them, but
I say, why
yeah.
can't we just go like fucking school and take a little piece of paper and put it in the hat?
I just don't get why our information isn't kept in America. Why is it
It's
sent
really
to
confusing.
servers in Canada, in Germany, in China? Why are we sending anything to China? Period.
I don't know. It's just like, well, it's
doesn't
the
make
Georgia
any
governor,
sense.
the Georgia governor that supposedly made this contract, got this deal with Dominion, which had been
That's who it is. Dominion. I can't think
had
about it.
been completely documented by Republicans and Democrats to having major issues, and then 2019 they hire him on. You're like, what? With a
And-
contract, $100 million contract?
I'm sorry. It's the biggest night of your company's life on election night, and
Yeah.
you decide, oh, we need to do a software update real quick.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
yeah.
Shouldn't all that have been done
That's a lot of fishiness.
months ahead of time, and you just sit back and chill and pop your champagne and enjoy that people are using your machines and you're making money off of it?
Also, the anomalies are out of this world.
It's
Like if you talk to a status,
aggravating.
yeah, I want it. I'm like you, kind of in Dvorak. I just want it to fucking stop. Like,
Yeah.
we're not doing
I've already
anything.
moved on.
I think it's making things worse. Especially if Sidney Powell and Giuliani and the whole,
I'm waiting for her head to explode.
if they don't have shit, they're just fucking playing games. Then that's really fucking with
Yeah.
our country's security. And if they do have shit, and there really is traction to these wild ass accusations, then oh shit, we really have issues. Either way, we're fucked.
Well, and here's the other thing. If we look at history over the last 4 years correctly, not in a biased way of the way you were led down the road, but the way history has actually, the way
Folded
things
out.
came out, the Russian tampering in the investigation didn't happen. There was no Russian collusion with Trump.
Yeah.
There was none of that. That is what history shows you by the courts.
Yeah.
Okay. Hillary had some fucked up server of her own
Yeah.
that suddenly files, it all disappeared and you can't get access to it and all this shit. And what, 4 or 5 people in her organization are dead,
I mean, there's some people that tell you it's more than that, but
but probably so. Trump's a fucking idiot because of what he's done
Hey,
over the last 4
hey.
years.
watch it. I really enjoy your podcast. I'm losing mine now.
It'll go away. Once
It's
he
weird
gets
how
out
you're
there.
Trump. Now I'm working on Biden.
Can you imagine? I was talking about this
Biden's
the other
like,
day.
listen here. Listen here. He does a lot of listen here.
You join the
There's
Secret
a lot of-
Service for the fun of it, and you're assigned
Biden?
No, you're assigned
Trump?
Trump's detail for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
Could you handle that?
Yeah. Hell yeah. It'd be fun.
Take a bullet for him? You're a Secret Service agent. You're supposed to,
It's like the old Eddie Murphy.
or you'll be
Talking
like
about,
those.
I must save the president. Wasn't he the one that did the isn't it Raw or something? Eddie Murphy was talking about all the people jumping in front of the bullet in front of Ronald
Yeah.
Reagan.
Yeah.
And he's like, all the white guys are like, all the white dudes are like, I must save the president. And the black dude's like, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
outta
you.
here.
Yeah.
It's like all those 4 guys that came out in that book about Hillary that were Secret Service agents that are like,
How she's
Yeah.
a cunt.
how she was a cunt. And they're like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't take a bullet for that whore.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting
It's
times.
weird. Shit's going on, but
Maybe
I'm
the long
glad.
and short of it is, though, honestly, okay, it doesn't matter. These people, they're all bad, honestly. They're
Yeah.
really all across the board. Our politicians, the swamp. One thing that Trump said was the swamp needs to be drained, and he's
Never
fucking
was.
right. But the problem is he failed in getting it done and getting everybody that was full of shit out of there. And
Can I show you what will save you, Matt? A 40-round magazine and a
From COVID?
30-round magazine.
we'll save
This is
you
what
from
will
COVID.
save you in the future
Chun, chun.
from people coming to take your liberties and your
Yeah.
freedoms.
Anyway,
You didn't like that?
no, I liked it. I was going down a train of thought, and then it just you confused me. Like I take my last Adderall I took was at like noon, so
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
I didn't
tough
wanna
taking them
take-
this late
yeah.
because
yeah.
then you're up all night.
Well, yeah, I don't mind taking them before we do our show, but the problem is when I go home and I'm like, "Hello, world,
And you
let's
just
let's write some music. No,
and you
let's
got
clean your room."
to deal
No,
with
let's-
overlapping and So you said you disconnected this week.
I did. Well,
you-
first of all, I guess we should get into why I wasn't in here last week.
That's what I'd like to talk about. Let's shoot the shit about this,
Yeah,
this past week.
man, I haven't even looked at the notes, by the way. I
I've got
should
a
probably do
whole
that.
bunch of stuff up
Go
here.
ahead and
so
why don't
last
you take
week,
us into the
last
next
week,
segment.
the boys from FTW came in. This was their second time on the show, and it happened to be the second time you weren't here.
I realized that when I sent the text earlier this week. I was like, "Holy shit, have they been on before?" You're like,
Yeah.
yeah. I apologize,
Yeah.
WTF guys. I don't want you all to kill me with your knives at all.
Nick and Ray,
Nick, I don't want to be
Said that,
stabbed. I've already been stabbed once.
you're an asshole, and that it's like
When were they on the first time though? And what was
they're
my
up there.
excuse then? Was I just hungover?
I think you might have been out of town, and they came in. Yeah, they're up there at the top of the wall, fourth over, right up there at the top, all three of them,
But see, I always thought that was Jeffrey Lord.
with a hat.
Yeah.
So you just walk up to him, and you start talking to him about Jeffrey Lord stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, "What?"
Every once in a
Huh?
while I'll get this
Where?"
guy that's like not like Jeffrey Lord at all.
Yeah.
And I go up to him talking about podcasts and stuff, and he just looks at me like, "Man, what?"
What? Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know.
And I think that's Nick.
It is Nick.
And then sometimes I'll go to Jeffrey Lord, talk about knives and stuff to Jeffrey Lord, and he'll just give me that puzzled look like, "Man, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. You fucking high?" Seriously, those guys
Sure.
could be brothers.
They could be.
If they had a Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast show and went out, they would hear,
You guys could be brothers.
"You guys could be brothers," by a lot of
Shit.
people.
So why were you out? Do you want to?
Yeah.
Do you
there's
want
no
to
sh-
give your HIPAA violations away?
Yeah.
Your HIPAA rights?
Yeah, because I kind of want to talk about that a little bit too.
Okay, go ahead.
So this was the closest to home. Well, we've had some really close ones to home, but this one was the real deal closest contact to COVID that I've ever had was a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
And so I think you and I did the right thing. We discussed it. We knew Ray's got some things that that he likes to, he wants to stay healthy.
Yeah,
We're all getting old.
we're all getting old.
And so I think we did the right call, and I stayed at home because we are social distancing when it's just us two, and
Yeah.
when Brian's over and stuff. But then when we get the house filled, then it's not so much social distancing.
We're kind of close to each other.
So I mean, everything's good. I don't have any symptoms. I never did.
Did you get tested?
That's between you. That's between me and
The Lord.
and the Lord and my medical file,
Oh,
which brings me
wait.
to what I want to gripe about.
So it's not a common courtesy thing to tell me anymore. You're now keeping your
Yeah, so
lost.
you're hinting on what I was talking about
I
earlier.
was, yes.
So yeah, anyway, for everyone that wanted to know, I think it sounded like you kind of hinted what it was during the show. I listened to the show.
All I said
and,
was,
they're like, you can figure it out.
yeah,
yeah.
You can kind of put things together
And
with
know why
the
all of a
world
sudden
we
someone's
live
not
in.
here.
Yeah, like
Well-
if I'm not here, you can kind of figure it out if you're not here.
Arrested, dead, or COVID.
Well, shit, there were 3
on
options.
the run.
On the run.
All right, so but yeah, that's what it was. I was out because of the really, really close contact, the closest I've had so far, and the people that I had the contact with are fine. Everything's fine.
Did you freak out any?
No, not really. Because
Do
they
you have the reasoning I have?
Yeah, because I don't know if you heard or not, but they said they came out with a report today, or I think it was yesterday or today, that said that for sure COVID and coronavirus was in California as early December. I think is what they said now. So I'm pretty sure
And the
our theory
possibility of getting it again
is still there.
But they say it's super hard to get it a second time.
I'm pretty sure our theory all along is correct, and that popcorn lung thing that I was dealing with for I think that was it. I think that was it.
Amazing
I think
how that's gone.
You, all the shit that you got. Oh, the popcorn lung.
All the vape stores are still open, but popcorn lung is gone.
Yeah. Well, I think that was it. But this is what I want to talk about. This is what I wanted to get in my pre-show soapbox, or not pre-show, but shoot the shit soapbox about. Was this?
I'll sit back and you can tear it up.
So I listened to a podcast today, and there was an email on the podcast show. You've listened to it as well. I don't know if you remember the email, but the email was a lot more.
Okay.
Was a lot more. I understood the emailer's take, and basically what had happened.
Back it up just for real quick. The big thing of the email, and the reason it was sent in is because there's been talk of people being shamed.
Yeah. Okay.
By other people.
Let's start there then.
Okay.
So apparently there's this new fear, phobia, anxiety movement that all of a sudden now there's COVID shame if you get COVID, and it's completely in your head. But apparently people that get COVID are starting to get depressed because they think they failed. The reason why they think they failed is because there's so many things that they're worried about when they go out. And the thing is, you can't control it. You can only hope to contain it.
In certain parts of the country, they are being shamed by others around them.
In the world,
if
too.
You tell them, well, I had COVID, the people start treating them different, start acting different around them, start doing things different. When actually, if someone tells you they have COVID, you should be like, oh, okay, you're cool then. I can hang out with you.
Or you should be like Adam Curry says, and are you sick?
Yeah.
Because COVID and coronavirus, those are two different things.
Yeah.
So, or being tested positive.
Yeah.
And having the actual illness are two different things. So, which I love that analogy about the drunk. You can have a drink of alcohol, so you have alcohol in your body, but you're not drunk.
Yeah.
You can have a touch of COVID that a PCR tests you and says you're positive, but you're not sick and you're not contagious. You don't have the virus.
Well, and I think that's what's going to come down is once this is all said and done and we kind of move past it a few years or two, we're going to find out that this COVID is actually kind of like a cold sore. It's a type of herpes. A cold sore is a type of herpes, but it's not as bad as
AIDS,
regular herpes or whatever. It just flares up or it just comes up here and there, in and out.
Getting back to what we were talking about, though, is this COVID shame. There's a lot of things that, and I can see this. I can see this out there. I've witnessed some of this shit, where there is a group of people out there that are trying to make you feel bad because you tested positive and they haven't, and they take it upon themselves to shame some of these people. And the fact is, no one can control it. You can't control if you get this shit or not. You can't. You can try to not to. You can try to contain it. But ultimately, you have no control if you get the virus or not.
You can get it. People are getting it from the inside of their mask because they're not washing it.
And here's the other thing. It even gets more extreme now because some dumb fucking ignorant fucks out there are tying it to Trumpers. That's the fucking thing that floored me the other day.
But yet, hold on. All the people that are at these BLM marches that are getting COVID like crazy in California, that were all outside congregating on the streets of California, going nuts and partying, and their BLM protest are getting it like crazy, they're not Trumpers.
No, and if you listen to the narrative, minorities are the ones that are stricken the most with this. They're
Yeah.
the ones. Well, are you telling me all minorities are Trumpers? It's a bunch of horse shit. It's all fucking horse shit. It's head games that humans are playing with themselves.
Or it's people that are just fucking stupid
So
doing this shit.
So let's go back to this email. Okay?
Okay.
So the email was sent about, hey, I went, was it asthma or something? This lady had asthma.
She had an asthma flare up,
And
which is common this time of year because of all the stuff that blows in Mountain Cedar and
Right.
all that shit.
And she went to the hospital or the doctor, and basically they wanted to test her for COVID. She said, why are we testing for COVID? It has nothing to do with it.
It's my asthma.
It's my asthma, da-da-da, that's why I'm here. And then the doctor was like, well, da-da-da, tried to push back. And she said, well, is it going to make me better or worse if I take the test or not? And she said, no. She said, I'm not taking it. And then she said, here's my reasoning. In the email, she said, my reasoning is this. I don't want to go down you got tested from people that find out, and then because it leads to questions.
What'd the test say?
What'd the test say?
Do you get your results back yet? Why didn't you get your results back yet? Well, how do you not know? Well, what about?
Are you going to your parents? Are you going to your friends?
Are you going to call?
Are you going to go to the bar?
Are you going to call your
Are you
kids'
going to get
school
tested?
and tell them?
Are you going to call your kid's school? Are you going to tell your church? Are you going to do this? My health file is my fucking business. Dustin, your health file, guess what? It's your fucking business. So why now, all of a sudden, are we up people's ass because we find out they go take a fucking test? And you could take it even a step further than just fucking social dickheadedness and assholeness and bitchness. You could take it to this. Why the fuck is my job all of a sudden up my ass because they found out someone that I was hanging out with or someone tested positive that went to a bar or something like that, and all of a sudden they're asking me, well, you need to get tested because if you don't get tested, I don't know if we're going to be able to pay you. Shit like that's even happening.
Yeah, that is happening. Now, here's I kind of touched on this when we were texting back and forth the past couple of days, was one of the things that's interesting. Like, my job, the company I work for loves breaking all sorts of rules and laws because they think they're above.
Big enough, yeah.
They think they're above laws.
Yeah, and they do.
And the legal team is a bunch of just dickheads and assholes, and they just think they can do whatever they want. But the one thing that has been cool since all this started is they haven't violated HIPAA.
I thought they did come in hard with some shit at first, like that app thing you were telling me about.
Well, no, we have to fill out the app, but that's changed. It's gotten a lot easier. At first, it was like, what the fuck? All this.
You can go on a trip now?
They wanted all this deep information about shit, but now it's very cool. But it's like 4 questions, 5 questions, something like that, and they're all just generic. You just hit no all the way down and you're done. But if someone comes to work sick or has been exposed and is waiting on their test, the boss, all they can say is, such and such is out for 14 days. We all know why you're going to be out for 14 days. We all know what's going on.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. And then if it's someone like my partner, my coworker, he went out for 14 days because he was exposed to it. He didn't get it. Him and his family were exposed to it by another family member. And he had to wait for his test to come back. And then even after his test came back, the company was like, don't come back for 14 days.
It's really crazy because this is the only time. We didn't do this with AIDS.
But AIDS isn't.
When you were in the
viral either.
homosexual scene in 1980s,
when
did
I
y'all
was
do
just
this
going
a
nuts.
lot?
Well,
Did
you
just start asking each
I
other?
don't remember
hey,
a lot of that because I did
are you
a
gonna
lot
go
of
to
poppers.
church?
I did a bunch of poppers, and I don't remember. But yeah, no, I think
Ludes.
here's what I think is going to end up happening is if the numbers don't start going down, they keep going up, and the pandemic grows.
Is it 5
like
days
it's
now?
doing, is that the government's going to say all HIPAA laws are off the books right now.
Well, they're already trying. Did you hear about the state up in Vermont? They're wanting
Yeah.
to be able to interrogate your kids.
Yeah.
And say, like, ask questions to kids that are going to school. What does that lead to?
Like when
What
they
the
get
fuck
to
does
their
that lead to?
homeroom class in the morning,
Is anyone in your class? Is
anybody in your
anyone in your family running a fever or anything?
Yeah, or your mommy and daddy sick?
We've never done this before. We've never done this.
That's Gestapo law.
It
man.
is.
That is freaking.
We've never done
German
this ever.
Gestapo coming through.
We never, during the whole AIDS epidemic, I never remember ever hearing any. I mean, it might have happened, and
But
it might be
AIDS-
above.
AIDS wasn't this bad, and it wasn't viral.
You mean
you had to exchange.
you mean
fluids.
AIDS was killing gay people, so it's not that bad of a thing back in the 80s?
No,
Is
it's
that what
killing,
you mean?
No,
That's what you mean.
that's what I meant.
just
yeah.
playing. I
But
know
it
what you're
wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't a
killing,
worldwide crazy.
It wasn't killing this many people a
airborne,
day,
and it wasn't airborne.
and it wasn't airborne. So that's. I mean, they kind of started getting weird. I know they got weird in Japan when the swine flu and then the bird flu were going around.
Yes.
Years ago, and the U.S. started getting kind of weird about the swine flu, but it never got to this point. But now I can really see them just being like, if you want to do anything, you're going to have an app. You're going to have this or that, and your HIPAA laws are just thrown out the window. You're no longer protected.
Well,
we need to know everything about you whatsoever.
Yeah.
And if that opens up, then, I mean, your privacy is just thrown out the fucking window totally. Because that's the only thing you still really have a good private lockdown on.
Well, I've got some good news. I don't know if you've heard.
You're gay.
Well, yes, obviously.
You have AIDS.
I have it. Brittany Johnson. Hey, so no, there's been some really good news on the vaccine side. They say that in 2 weeks in December that we're gonna start distributing it everywhere. Pfizer and what's the other company?
Not tap the brakes on that.
Wait. I'm not done.
I got a lot of info on that.
I'm not done. Let me go ahead and put the what the mainstream media is saying right now. And call it what it is. This is a product of Warp Speed. It is. I mean, there was funding, there was subsidized federal funds that were demanded and pushed by Trump. You might hate him. You might fucking think he's an asshole.
You've seen The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah. But anyway, wait, let me finish. So they say that by April, I think, between April and June, anyone that wants to have a vaccine will have the capability to get it. So that's good news. That's good news.
Counterpoint?
Would you be willing to take the vaccine?
No.
And what are you going to do if A team, or can I say it?
Yeah.
A team, we'll just say A team. How about that? Every time we return,
the A team.
A team,
Okay.
and mine, if you're referring to my company, F team.
F team, okay.
Yeah, okay. So if A team decides, hey, if you want a paycheck, Dustin, you got to get the vaccine. What are you going to do?
Nope. Sorry.
You're going to be willing to not
I just want.
get your passport, your papers?
All they want is papers, and there's
That's
already
what's happening.
Dude, do you know how many papers are floating around there on the internet that you can just download, copy, and forge?
For vaccines already? Or just period?
Period.
Oh, I know. But don't you think they're going to set up some crazy ass app system like they're talking like what was it
All
I
this
just
stuff
said
can be
65
forged.
times.
All this can be forged. All of it can be fake.
Ticketmaster, which
they backed
walked
out.
it, yeah, they started bringing that
Yeah,
back.
you start talking about money, and they start going, "Oh shit, yeah, no."
Or you start talking about everybody saying "fuck you."
That
We'll
was a big
never
one,
go to
too.
a show again.
Every major music blog is like, "Yeah,
But
fuck
don't
you,
you
Ticketmaster. Now is your downfall."
Don't you see it going that way though, man? Don't you see it going? If you want to travel out of the country, you've got to get a vaccine.
Hold on.
You
Hold on,
already
hold
have to
on,
get a
hold on,
malaria
hold on,
shot,
hold on.
right?
You have to show papers to fly. You have to show that you've been tested within a certain amount of time to get on an airplane. That's how I know there's a bunch of papers forged, because this little group of women that I know decided to take a flight to Boston during all this on a little vacation, and some of them got some paperwork.
To show that they had been tested. Is that required? Because when I went to Mexico,
Yes.
it wasn't required at all.
No, it's required to get on
To
an
go to
airplane.
Boston?
To get on an airplane, period, right now.
Wow, what airline was it?
American.
Is it just American? Because I went on American in October, and it wasn't like that.
No, it's all changing.
Man,
especially when things get worse. So here's
that
what
scares me.
I have privileged information from.
We're getting back to the vaccines.
Going back to vaccines, I have someone that I know. I'm not going to say their name
Bill Stevenson.
Yeah, there's Bill Stevenson. Not going to say their name. I'll tell you after the show who they are and how they're related. But they hold quite a big.
They got a big stick.
They got a big stick here in Texas. They've got a big stick here in Texas. They're in the know,
Hi, I'm George Bush.
and they might be. How would I say this? Referred to by, say,
How you'll say?
some
you
county
say?
judges might refer to them when they need help on things.
Okay.
They're very advanced in the medical field, and they said, here's the deal with the vaccine. Well, two things. One thing was the numbers are bullshit.
Which one? Which numbers?
All of them. You can't put a number on this shit.
On the
No matter
trial
what.
periods and shit? On
No.
the trials?
The numbers on how many people are sick and how many aren't and how many are dying every day. You can't put numbers on that because it's all over the road. It's like,
It's too skewed.
it's too skewed. It's too all over the place. The news channels, all the local news outlets want numbers to have out there to show people, but you can't do that. And the infection rate is probably a lot worse because you don't count for the people that are undocumented. And especially in our state, we have a lot of undocumented people that live here. And there's a shit ton of them sick, and they're just,
All right, we go up the wall thing now. Here
We gotta build the
okay,
wall.
sorry, y'all.
yeah,
Let Dustin
Build
do
a
his
chain link
political
fence.
speech here.
build the chain link fence.
Hi, I'm Dustin Schneider, and I'm telling you, as President of the United States, I'm going to put a chain link fence around
I'm
the
going to
whole
put
border.
sharks in the Rio Grande River.
No, I just like the chain link fence. Like,
chain link
I will stop everybody from
with
coming
a
over
chain link
with a
fence.
chain link fence.
4 rolls of barbed wire.
4
right across.
rolls in the middle, because we don't want them to scratch themselves if they do try to go.
Yeah,
But
I mean they can pull them apart to get through. But
I'll put up some. Never mind.
what he
I could go on
said
forever.
is that the numbers are way worse than they are here locally or here across the state because of all the undocumented people.
You mean we're actually
Worse.
more dominating? Texas is probably
Yeah.
more dominating than
We're-
what the news is that says we're already dominating.
Yeah. Us in California,
Which-
maybe Arizona. I mean, we're
Let's just give a
we're
hand
just on top.
to
Fuck
Mr.
yeah.
Greg Abbott right now.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy. You got first place.
Governor Field Goal is what I saw him referred to today.
Greg,
Our Governor
You
Goalpost.
did great,
That's
man.
what it was. Governor Goalpost.
you are number one.
number
You're
one.
number one, homie.
So anyway, back to this numbers thing. The vaccine will, of course, is going to be rolled out to all the first responders
As it should.
and everybody,
Well-
doctors and medical.
That should be number one, I think.
That's what it's going to be. Is doctors, medical staff, first responders. So that
People
way,
that-
when they turn to zombies, we won't have anybody to help us out.
Wow.
We're going into my
Yeah.
theory a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll let all them die, so that way no one can help.
It clears the path
regular
for the
people.
rest
So,
of humanity.
If you know
This
first
is
aid
all
and trauma,
Skynet. This is about Skynet.
yeah. If you know first aid and trauma care at least a little bit, you might want to learn a little bit more. Get you some handbooks.
What if we
get some
found
stuff.
out that AI did this all
Oh, they created it, and this was to kill them all.
to
Everybody
kill
else.
off the humans?
So
Whew.
I've got another thing that I'm gonna throw at you here in just a minute. But after that, normal people will not be getting the vaccine for a long time, unless you are
Define normal
you and I.
people. Like, so it's going to go to
generic people.
the morbid obese is probably going to get it
Nope.
before. Oh, they're not even going to get it?
It may go to the elderly, it may go to kids, but for you and I, it'll be
Yeah.
half a year to a full year down the road before we're even allowed, because what they're going to do is they're going to use those vaccines are timed. The vaccine does not have a long shelf life, and it needs to be,
Do you know how cold they got to be?
yeah,
Shipped over and
fucking
stuff?
ridiculous. But
Negative
they
69.
69, dude. Those all three of those were on this week. But it will go to the people that are either elderly or sickly. They will get it. They will be priority after the doctors and stuff. And honestly,
Yeah.
all this is, I'm not
The high risk is what you're
high
saying.
risk, and then us normal people won't. We're a year down the line, if not further.
Well, that's not what I heard.
Well,
Now,
that's because the media wants you to believe
this.
something. I'll tell you who this is when we're off the air.
Okay.
They know. They
But-
know.
So you're saying at least a year before the common man can get it.
Yeah, and it's not Peter. I'm not getting my information from Peter.
And it's not my girlfriend.
No.
Okay.
This person, these people,
So
this person has clout over.
I think
all
I know
those
who
people.
it is.
I don't think you do.
Did I bang her?
No.
Okay. No, I don't know who she is. Just kidding. Did I bang him?
Yes,
Okay. I do know who it is.
it is a guy.
So if that's correct, then all right, we're going to spend like 3 more minutes on this, and we got to bounce off COVID.
I have one more thing for COVID
okay,
I want to
all right.
tell you. I don't remember what it was though.
If
Fuck.
that's the case, then bars,
Oh.
get ready. We're about to be done again.
Oh no, they said by Thursday of this week we
Yeah,
should
because
have
it'll be
a,
7 days of 15% occupancy of COVID patients.
Yeah, so
which means-
if by Thursday all our bars, all our restaurants, everything will be shut down again. If
All right.
things don't change.
So from what I'm hearing on Team F, okay, is it's going to be all bars if you haven't got your food and beverage or your food license, that temporary food license that they offered a couple of months ago, you're going to be shut down. Restaurants are going to go back down to 50%.
I heard restaurants closed.
I don't think so because that would be straight back to lockdown.
Yeah. Well, that's what I heard was lockdown.
That would be
Tarrant County was
that would
gonna
be
do
only
lockdown.
essential business at that point. And I don't think that's what the state mandate says.
Okay. Well,
But-
can't counties override that, right?
I think they can, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought
So-
they said Tarrant County would go full down.
Okay, so here's the other thing.
Brian Breckenridge
there's
has
a
a
couple of,
comedy show on Thursday night.
There's a couple of caveats in this
canceled
whole in the scenarios here, I guess. It's really contrived to say that. Some caveats in the scenarios. But anyway, but I've also heard that there's a push now to let all these licenses that went out emergency-wise expire, and the bars would completely be shut down because they can't renew their food license, their temporary food license.
That's what I've heard.
Right. So there's that.
That those don't stand anymore.
And then they're going to repeal it, or they're just going to let them expire and not renew, and they got to get shut down. There's that, and this is under the assumption that things are going to keep going up. Okay.
Well, hold
they
on,
might not,
Real
but-
quick on that point right there, I had read somewhere that they said that if the numbers, in the 7-day thing with the numbers, all that is automatically null and void. Period.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is this now? Okay. So Abbott was the one, our hero of
Governor
the day.
Goalpost.
Yeah, number one.
I don't know why they called him that.
Made
It's
us
fucking
rank
awesome.
number one.
We're number one.
He's the one that set this thing up, got this thing going and everything, right? The state mandate.
Got us to be number one.
Well, now he's up for re-election. Do you think he's going to do it?
That motherfucker's not being reelected at all.
No, I know.
He's got a better chance of
So
another
right
tree
now,
falling
so
on
he's
him.
got. Was it a tree? I thought it wasn't a car accident. It was
No,
a tree.
the tree
falling
fell on him while he's out walking.
Why couldn't it be his neck or his head?
Why couldn't it have been Christopher Reeve? Why couldn't we have Christopher Reeve with us today?
I'm kidding. I don't want ill will. It's just funny. But anyway, so here's the deal. If what's so funny? You want to read something out loud real quick while I'm trying to gain my train of thought?
Yeah, this is posted in, I guess this is USA Today. Trans species man who self-identifies as a deer was accidentally shot by hunters.
God, I hope that was in Harper, Texas.
Okay,
So-
go
All right, man. So you're right. Right now, Abbott's got to be going, I'm fucked. I either legalize weed or I'm not getting
He's
elected
done.
again, right? So unless he legalizes
Look,
weed.
all
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
major
wait,
all the
wait,
major
I'm not
counties
done.
are blue. All the major
Right.
counties are blue now, including Fort Worth.
All right,
He's done.
but listen. He's got to think in his mind, if I shut everything down right now, again, I've lost Trump, the bootlickers. He's headed out. I got to do something to win votes, because otherwise my fucking wheels of steel and glory are wheeling myself right outside of Austin.
It doesn't matter. He's out no matter what. He's
I agree,
in a losing
Dustin.
battle.
I agree, but that's not how politicians think. Politicians all think they're fucking Hitlers and are gonna live forever.
Well,
They're like you and me when we go to Vegas.
that is true, because we do think we're going to live forever.
They
when we
think
go
their
to Vegas.
political career is gonna live forever.
I'm going to live forever. Damn it! I'm alive.
I got shit, Stubbs.
The sun's coming up again.
Anyway, my point is this. I have no idea from Team F, from everybody I've talked to in the scene, your friends in the scene, nobody knows what the fuck is going to happen at the end of this week. I think that we're going to get there's going to be a bunch of hemming and hawing for a couple of weeks. They're going to let this thing get really out of control until someone has to fucking, like, the counties, like you said, are going to make their own decision because there's going to be so much outcry from the hospitals to say, dude, we got to do something. We're up to like 20% now of occupancy, and that's all COVID.
Well, and that's why you should call Gun Mag Warehouse.
Gun Mag.
Gunmagwarehouse.com. You need to buy. This is your door to freedom right here.
What was your last thing on COVID? Let's get off the vid.
I've been reading more and more about the sperm count. If you've had COVID, you could be sterile or pretty damn close to being sterile. Your sperm count. Guys that have had COVID, their sperm count has dropped a whole lot. And there's been more and more
what happened to
medical
the whole
journals
stores
that
and
were
the
out.
nuts?
I don't know about all that.
Did I just make that up?
No, because that was floating around for a while.
Shit, son of a bitch. That's empty.
But there's been more and more medical journals releasing these stories about
making men sterile.
Making men sterile. So
Give me COVID.
if we've had it,
give me COVID.
we've already been there.
That explains a lot. I'm just playing.
So
I'm celibate.
I'm thinking about going and getting a test done. We have a
thought you
friend that
already had
does
one.
tests. No, a sperm test. I haven't had one.
Oh. You're going to go get a sperm test, not a COVID test.
Not a COVID test. I've had a few COVID tests, but no, I'm thinking about going and getting and seeing.
Did you say you have had a COVID test?
Yes.
Did you tell your church?
No.
Did you tell your family?
I did tell the family.
Did you
I
quarantine
should
14
tell them.
days?
I did. I told all my friends. I think I posted on Facebook.
Did you tell people in the
I
gym?
told everybody.
Did you go to the gym? Did you go to movies?
I don't go to the gym anymore.
Did you watch Netflix?
Movies are dumb. I did watch.
Did
Netflix.
you go to restaurants?
I did. I built Legos.
Did you hang out with family?
Yes.
Did you talk to family?
Yes.
Did you tell them?
Unfortunately.
Did you keep
I
social
told them.
distancing?
Yes.
Did you go shop?
No.
What blood type are you?
I don't remember. I can. That's
I just
one
say when people ask me
Why
what
is that
blood
one
type
thing
I'm
I
like,
can
I'm
never
typo
remember?
negative.
You immediately
It's just
go.
what I say.
I got a date at midnight.
All right.
Yeah, anytime.
Sorry, I interrupted
but
you about the sperm counts.
so let's talk about this real fast, okay?
I'm not going and getting tested my sperm counts.
I'd like to go get mine. I nearly bought my own microscope during
look
Cyber
at your
Monday,
sperm?
so I could look at my own sperm and see how many were in there wiggling. Just jizz onto a glass real quick, and then put it in the
Do they really
microscope
wiggle?
and look. Yeah, you
like,
have,
what, like a little worm? No, I've never looked at my cum with a microscope.
You
Dustin.
haven't?
No.
Oh, it's great! It's so cool. You got to do it really quick.
This is why we win awards.
It's amazing. I did this when I was a young kid, dude.
Well, how young? Damn. When did you start
14,
producing
13,
sperm?
14?
Oh, thought you're like, I
Yeah.
did this when I was
I
5.
was 6.
I did this with the Toys R Us. I'm a scientist set that you could get for $10.99. I squirted a wad of cum all over that thing.
You know, you can't buy homemade chemistry sets anymore because
because people are making meth,
that shit is
blowing
There's
their
a-
house up.
There's some stuff in there, like my chemistry set I had when I was a kid. There was some shit in there that's bad for
You
you.
always had that aunt that came over. Let me see your chemistry set real quick.
And she'd take one of the cans and start
Yeah.
snorting something in it. But yeah, I thought about that. But here's what if this was something that was created in a lab by the
Well,
hold on.
I'm wrong.
We know, yes. But what if it
I'm
was
still here.
created under the guidance of globalists that are wanting to, the globalists are really against population increase.
Well, that's like that Scott Adams theory, that train of thought that he went down. He's not actually a conservative. He's just I think he's just he's a streamer. I don't know what they call him. Just
Well, he's a
someone that gets on there.
cartoonist.
He's a cartoonist as well.
Yeah, he did the
Have you seen
Doonesbury
his
cartoon.
wife, by the way?
No.
I
Really?
think so.
Let's go look up Scott Adams' wife.
Anyway,
That's
so
not what I'm really looking at.
yeah.
But like the
Like,
globalists
that's
want
the
to
thing, the
control
Democrats are
population.
if you follow that train of thought, Democrats are getting played and they don't know it.
Yeah, because
You're talking
Democrats
Soros.
aren't globalists. A lot of them want to subscribe to that whole theory of globalism.
They just want a platform.
They want to try to get into that group, but there's another group in the conspiracy realm of globalists that are totally into this. So what if this was released to try to control population growth?
I think,
You make a bunch of sterile men
yeah, true,
get
but
sick.
I don't think it's that. If it was to be a globalist thing, it would
There's a
be
Dan
about
Brooke girl.
getting the United States of America under control. Is what it would be. It would be something.
No, but this is about worldwide, though.
I know. What is the major thing that has stepped in the way? Like, look at Hitler. Who stepped in the way? There's two countries, and one big ass one called the U.S. of A. that stepped in the way and said, "No, this ain't happening. We're not going to globalize." Russia did too.
Russia was way more of a player than we were.
My point is this:
Because we sat around until till Japan finally was like, oh, y'all are just going to sit there and not do anything? Then we're going to come and try to take Hawaii from you.
Okay, that's not the point. The
Yeah,
point
I
is,
know what
the
you're
point is
getting
you
at.
you have the Canadian cat. He's a globalist. You have the German. What's
Hey.
her name? Isn't she a globalist now? Everyone, all these
And they all
major
have
countries, these big, not third world countries, but these
Yeah.
are first world countries, are turning into globalist communities, and they're starting to preach this doctrine of globalism. Well, what better way? There's only been one major thing that has really stood in the way of globalism, if you think about it. And this is taking China out of the picture because China just wants to dominate.
China wants everything
Right.
all the time right now.
We turn motherfuckers to glass. Anyway,
That ain't gonna
just
happen.
kidding. That was a joke, by the way. No, it's not.
We
Yes, it
had
is.
we thought
The
we had an
Communist
attempt.
Party. The
Or a
Communist
chance.
Party, I should say. It always because the Chinese people are awesome. It's the fucking
It's the party.
yeah, it's the Communist Party over there that's
Yeah.
killing everybody.
They make fucking
Which-
delicious food.
Wait till that gets out. How many Muslims they're starting to kill over in China lately?
It already
it's out of
is.
control. No, I mean
The
even
Wiggums?
more. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. How are we just like NBA? NBA. Hi,
Oh.
we're the NBA. We love you, China. Even though you kill the Communist Party kills
You have concentration
millions of
camps
concentration camps,
active
active
right
concentration
now.
camps.
right now.
Yeah.
Active concentration camps, just like the Germans did. Oh, it's no big deal.
Hello, I'm LeBron James. I take up for China.
It's fucking weird.
I'm Mark Cuban. I take up for China. Yeah, I said it, Mark. I said it.
I would like to run into him in the hallway and go, "Why y'all keep going to China?"
Oh,
and
did you hear
supporting
his
China?"
interview with
with
Meg?
the Wiggums?
With what's her name? Not Meg Ryan. Megan. What's her name? That hot. Oh, shit. I hate it when my mic post comes out. Anyway, my point is this: take China out of the whole thing. Every globalist, honestly, at the end of the day, probably is going to tell you the main thing that's standing in the way between globalism in the last 50 years has been the United States of America. So what better way to get them out of the way than COVID and an election that's a fucking complete disaster all at once?
It's true. It's true. You're right.
Makes you think. Now, I know everybody's going, these guys, QAnon listener, da-da-da. And I'm not. I'm not a QAnon guy. Are you?
I'm not a QAnon guy, but there's too many weird things that have happened in the past that make you start wondering, like, how far can you actually go with something? How far can you actually do something? I mean,
That's the
look at
thing that's funny about our podcast.
The-
All we've done is observed.
all I got to do is say, go back and learn about the Iran-Contra and what the
Yeah.
fuck happened with all that. You have so many documentaries. You've got Narcos. You've got Narcos Mexico. You've got all this
We didn't
shit.
even get into the aliens,
Yeah,
the secret societies.
and secret societies. But if you go back and you just watch these shows and how everything led up to the Iran-Contras, holy fuck, that happened. That was real. And at the time, that was all, well, that's just a conspiracy theory, and that's just this and that. And that's just blah, 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 blah.
Well, how many
And now we're
conspiracy...
30
Yeah.
years down the road, and it's all like, no, this all really happened. and
Yeah.
Ollie North was the fall guy, and blah, blah, blah. And Reagan did all this weird
And-
shit behind the scenes.
And all this is about people in power and who have money controlling you. Which, you done with COVID yet? Because I'm going to do a segue real quick.
I'm a felon.
No.
Oh.
We can get to that, though.
I am a felon.
That's what our special is being wrote about. Across the board so far, my content has all been control, whether it be a controlling relationship, whether it be controlling government, which it be controlling
Roommate?
roommate,
Huh?
What?
Wash your clothes. Clean your
Uh,
sheets.
Controlling anything. It's about the sense that humans have to have for some
A
reason
boss?
of being in control so far. Which,
Can we bring Demos Diaz in then? I mean, that's about
That's
a
what I was gonna
controlling
ask you.
boss,
So-
and you shoot him in the face.
anyway, shit, I'm just going to tell people. Dustin and I are working on some shit.
We are.
And it's
a secret.
It's more on the front burner now because, I mean, who knows how much longer we have to make music for free, you know? So
Yeah.
we're doing it.
We may have to have a
We're doing
license
it
to be
hard.
a musician. After we get our license to be podcasters, we may have to get licensed to be musicians.
And then I might have to get a license to ill.
Totally. So Thanksgiving, did you do anything at all? Anything? Nothing. Did you
No,
just chill out?
we kind of
It's a weird
we kind
year.
of followed my whole family did not get together, all of us, but my
Neither did
immediate
mine.
family, my mom, dad, and I, and two of my girls and my sister. The only outsider that showed up was my sister's boyfriend. That was it.
Did he get drunk and pee on your
No.
backpack?
No, that guy has not been around for a while. I think he's still in the ocean after you threw him in there.
Dude, I have never been. I shouldn't say that. I
Go
nearly
on.
threw him off the fucking balcony of that building, and we were 20 floors up.
You should have.
I nearly, what's his name? Suge Knighted him. I held him over that balcony and shook his shit out. Dude. I forgot who walked out on the balcony. Had they not,
I think it was me, wasn't it?
you probably
Shit.
would have seen.
I don't know. I was so
Ah!
I was so embarrassed by the whole thing. I was like, I'm just gonna get drunk, and try to hit on
That
Shelby.
dude. That dude.
Oh, you can't hit on Shelby, man. Why? Her
God.
boyfriend's here, man.
He's
I kind
into-
of walk over.
he's
He
into
might.
three
He's
ways.
gonna be okay with it though. She won't. It's okay, man.
I did the same thing. My family didn't get together this year. My mom, aunt, and grandmother did all cook up food for us, and they drove around and dropped it off for everybody
Well, that's
on
nice.
Friday night. It was cool, and we still got a bunch of it in there. They made all sorts of pies. Like I got some pecan pies, some
Might have to hit some
pumpkin
of that after we're
pie,
done.
some key lime.
Might have to
all
hit some of
sorts
your
shit.
mom's pie after we're done here.
You gonna take her to a Bon Jovi concert afterwards? After you hit her pie?
Depends how good the pie is.
She's got some dressing, some mashed potatoes. I mean, it was everything. You know, it was the Christmassy thing. I went to the game, of course, worked it, and I sent y'all some videos of how
Oh yeah.
ridiculous that was.
How does our team make the fucking Washington Redskins look like Super Bowl champs?
2 words.
Go ahead.
Zach Martin.
Oh yeah, for sure. But-
You lose him.
oh, then they lost the other
second
cat
drive,
too.
then you lose the other cat. It was game over from there down. When I saw Zach Martin go out.
Like, okay.
All right, well, what else we can do today? What do y'all want to do? Is there anything cool we can do here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
done.
sucks,
It
man.
was
That was
over.
a sad week for the Cowboys. I mean, literally sad
After
too.
coming off a big win, and them
Well,
being
the
all
coach,
big,
the strength coach, passing away.
passing away.
They
Which
didn't
I
get
didn't
to
know he
practice.
passed away till the game.
Yeah,
I thought he was still in the
late-
hospital.
I think on Wednesday night he passed away.
And I didn't know he had passed away on Wednesday night. And then during pregame, earlier, okay, so behind the scenes, there's walkie-talkies everybody gets, and you can hear production, and they talk about what's going on and what's this and that. And on the walkie-talkie, I heard the production staff go, we're going to stop down.
Do a moment of silence.
We're going to do a moment of silence. And I was like, what? And then I turned and asked, and they said, oh, yeah, he passed away last night. I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, the Cowboys, they didn't have a good
It wasn't a good week. At all.
No, and everybody wants to jump on this fake punts that they did and stuff.
Look,
and
You don't have
We're
half
not-
your offensive line, period.
exactly.
Why not just go out there and have some fun and do some trickery
I
and
let
just
the-
see what happens?
I let-
This season's a joke
I
anyway.
let your friends at the ticket and at 105.3 do the whole football thing. But look, dude, honestly, what is Mike McCarthy going to do?
He can't
Fuck
do
it.
anything right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Seriously,
you can
if you're
do.
a Cowboys fan and you're sitting there going, Mike McCarthy sucks,
Whoever
you don't
wins,
know what the fuck you're talking about, man. Dude, this
whoever wins
guy-
the Super Bowl this year is going to have an asterisk by their name anyway
True.
that says the year of COVID.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
That's totally true.
This whole Baltimore Ravens thing is cracking
If
me
you
up.
were if you were Jerry Jones, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
I wouldn't have anything to do with this fucking team because I'd be rich as shit and I'd be going all over the
You'd
place.
let someone run it like
Fuck
a GM.
football.
You'd hire a GM. You'd hire like Jimmy Johnson. Be like,
Yeah.
hey, just be the GM. We'll get a badass coach that reminds you of you, and you win a Super Bowl. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I'd
But-
grab my lady and be like, let's go. What's her name?
My point is,
can't
this
think of
is
his
this is
lady.
a mulligan for Mike McCarthy. I think.
Not the cheerleader he was caught banging in the
Who? What?
What?
Who banged the cheerleader?
no those girls he was banging in the
They weren't
In the
cheerleaders, were
bathroom?
they?
I don't know they were young
They were hot.
college girls. What's his wife's name?
Oh,
Jerry's wife's name.
man, I don't know.
It's the name of the boat.
Oh yeah,
The name of the yacht.
The
Regina, Gina.
the Virginia.
I don't know.
Anyway,
yeah.
I think we should
It doesn't matter.
give this guy a mulligan.
They've already said they are.
The only one that they do need to ditch, I'm sorry, is old Kellen Moore.
Yeah,
He's got to go.
he's a douche.
Let McCarthy bring his own offensive coordinator in, or didn't he run the offense up in Green Bay for a
Yeah.
little bit?
Yeah.
Like don't let Kellen Moore
Oh, Kellen
learned
Moore.
his shit from the process. So
Yeah.
I say we cut Kellen Moore.
Who's in first place right now?
Yeah, no,
The Giants
I
are
thought
in
the
first-
Redskins were. Oh, until Sunday.
Something happened. The
Until
Giants are now in
Sunday.
first place. Yeah.
Yeah, because the Giants beat somebody, right?
Mhm.
Didn't they win?
Mhm.
But that was the weird thing about that fucking Thanksgiving Day game. Whoever won that game was number 1 in the NFC East alone.
And whoever lost
Whoever
was
lost
at the
that
bottom.
game was at the bottom.
It was on top at the very bottom.
That's amazing.
It'd be
We
awesome
are
if
so bad.
when it's all said and done, when the playoff starts, whoever wins the NFC East wins the Super Bowl.
So-
It'd be so great.
How much have you been paying attention to football this year?
A bit because it's
Well, I'm in a
comedy.
pick'em league. I'm in a pick'em league. How do you think they're going to finish the season?
This whole Baltimore bullshit.
Well, the Denver thing, where the
Well,
whole
the Denver thing
quarterback
was insane.
there was no quarterbacks.
Well, in Denver was fucked by the league on that.
Yeah,
The Denver
because
got
there was like
really
one
fucked.
day one of them would have been back or something.
So
or-
supposedly the league can view cameras at everybody's practice facility and saw that
someone didn't have a mask or something.
a bunch of the backup quarterbacks didn't have their mask on while they were associating with each other,
And one of them tested positive, or
and they had been around someone that tested positive. They said, "All y'all are gone."
because you're high risk.
The league came down because you're high risk. Yeah, y'all could all get sick at any time. And then
Now-
whatever the fuck's going on, Baltimore was supposed to play the Steelers Thursday night.
Didn't happen.
They moved it to Sunday night. But
Didn't
then
happen. Now
when
it's
I
tonight,
walked
isn't it?
when I walked out of the stadium on Thursday during the Thanksgiving game, the rumor was,
I think
or they
they're
were
playing tonight.
They were already talking that Baltimore was told not to return to the practice facility till Monday.
Well, how about that one team that can't even play at their own stadium?
San Francisco cannot
They got to play at
play.
Arizona now.
They are moving their entire team to Arizona to finish out the season in Arizona.
Here we are. We just said we were done talking COVID, and here we go.
Well, COVID's affecting everything.
It
It's
is.
fucking crazy.
All right.
It's so crazy.
The vibe was eerie out there, huh?
Yeah, it was very weird. I sent y'all that video of like there was just nobody around. It was a complete ghost town. The main concourse was dead. Thought you and Jeremy would get a kick out of that.
Yeah. Oh wait, now they're playing tomorrow at 2:40.
Yeah, they moved it again
So it's not tonight; it's tomorrow.
at 2:40. And then the Cowboys are supposed to play Thursday against Baltimore, but I think that's getting all fucked up now too.
Oh
They
yeah,
moved
they're
around.
not going to play that.
There's no way. There's no way Baltimore can play tomorrow and then
And Sunday.
and Thursday.
Oh yeah, it's Thursday game.
It's a
Yeah,
Thursday
there's
at like
not- so,
3
so
o'clock.
we're gonna have a reschedule. Was that
Yeah.
here or was it there?
There.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
moving
think
that to next Tuesday.
the NFL's they're juggling,
Yeah.
and it has to do. I think they didn't do the bubble like the NBA and the
Well,
hockey.
And now they're talking about
I don't know
doing
how they
a
could have done
bubble
it for the playoffs.
For the playoffs, but you need to have all that shit lined up now. You're 3 weeks from the playoffs, 4 weeks from the playoffs.
I think it's just fly by the seat of your pants, though, man. How are you going to do that?
Where are you
the
gonna pull
college?
a bubble
College
out?
is not going to do their bowls. All the bowls aren't going to get done.
No. And I don't think college can have their whole playoff system this year when the Big Ten took 3 weeks off. You can't have any of
everything's
those
an
teams
asterisk if
suddenly
they
be
finish.
in the playoffs because they didn't play, 2 or 3 weeks worth of games. I don't know. This year's stupid.
How mad are
sports-wise.
you if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan right now? You're fucking
I
killing
sit right
everyone.
next to one.
You're killing everyone.
Yeah.
And you know that there's a good chance the
How
season's not
about
going
the
to happen.
Browns?
Yeah.
The Browns are
Finally
fucking
are killing everyone.
phenomenal this year.
So there's a very high possibility that you're not going to finish the season.
The season.
And then secondly, if you do finish and you win the Super Bowl, guess what? There's a big
Yeah.
fat dick right next to your win.
You
The
win.
Super Bowl
Asterisk dick.
asterisk dick
And asterisks always
with a
fall
COVID
for-
splooge.
The only other asterisk I really know of is there's two. The Astros for beating on trash cans, and what's his name? Pete, baseball player.
Pete Rose?
Pete Rose,
Why is he having an asterisk?
because he
I
bet
thought you
on
were gonna
games.
say. I thought you were gonna say Barry Bonds and Aguirre.
Oh yeah, there's another one. yeah.
McGuire. Mark
McGuire.
McGuire? Or is it Aguirre?
Juicing,
Always forget.
hardcore.
Yeah, so the Ravens and the Steelers
at
are
on
supposed to
time?
are supposed to play their game tomorrow at 2.
2:40.
Wow, that's wild, man.
Weird kickoff time. So yeah, overnight I became a convicted felon, or not convicted. I'm just a felon. I'm running from the law right now,
Okay,
thanks to the ATF. The ATF has now made me a felon.
all right. You probably should take care of it. What, you got a bench warrant or something?
No, if you've shot my MP5 and you've shot my Scorpion.
Very fun too.
The
Did I just make myself a felon just by saying that?
Thank you. It's on tape. The brace that I have on both of those, that one arm brace, makes it. ATF has come out and said those are now illegal. Those were not signed off by the ATF for SB Tactical to sell, and that anybody that owns them is now a felon.
Question. It's funny that this came up.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you heard Biden's whole? He wants to do a gun tax.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? A $200 gun tax on
Let's see here.
all your guns.
$200.
No. I'm talking-
$200?
Well, I'm talking about your actual guns too.
200
Is he going to tax those too?
Anything that's over 10 rounds, $200. $200. $200.
And then you actually have the one in. And then you actually have your actual guns too.
200.
Well, just tell me how many came in there. We can do the math real quick.
200.
You don't have to get them all out. You don't have to shit yourself and cross your eyes and forget what your name is.
Black Friday, I bought 18 magazines.
All right. So 18 times 200.
Mhm.
$3,600
right there.
And
Then
then
I
your
have-
arms inside.
Oh, and no, all the magazines I have inside also
Mhm.
that are over 10 rounds are. So there's probably another, let's just say there's another 24 in there.
You think he's going to do it? Or you think he's just talking shit
I
so he can get in office?
think what will possibly happen is he wants to take, what will happen is shortly after
I think the first president that really starts taking steps to making that happen,
that is a huge possibility.
like Kamala's not going to, she's
Clinton
not going
nearly
to
did.
fuck with that.
No, Clinton nearly did when he
It's
did.
going to be funny because
When he did his full ban, he had a lot of stuff to.
when the 25th Amendment happens, which it's going to, and Kamala's getting into, she's like, oh, I'm about to be the president, motherfucker. The first thing I'm going to do is appeal to my squad.
Yeah.
Or no, actually, she's not a member of the squad, but she's a member of she claims to be a progressive,
Yeah.
even though she's one of the hardest convicting attorneys
So-
on any marijuana
Here's what's going to
laws
happen.
anyway. But if someone's going to be like, look, Miss Harris,
I broke it
President
down.
Harris, do not mess with the guns right now. Save that. Because if you do that, that's just my opinion.
I
Hopefully
added
she's
it
not
up the
that
other day.
dumb.
Now with this, that was 3,600 is what we said?
Yeah, 3,600.
So 3,600 plus what I added up the other day, I would have to owe $14,000 in taxes
Yeah.
with everything I own.
Not happening, man.
It's not happening.
Yeah, can you
There's
imagine all
no
the
way.
middle class Americans that would be like, "Are you out your
first
mind?"
off,
And it's across the board.
I lost all my stuff at the lake.
Yeah.
They fell off my boat. So,
Yeah.
or
There's just no way to do it.
you're going to see a big statue of Trump in my front yard because I melted them down and made a statue of
Just
Trump.
him going,
I stole that from Ray. I can't take the credit for that. That was a good joke.
He
that
actually
Ray
did that?
That's what he said he did with his guns.
The thing about guns, though, is it stretches beyond political identities.
What will happen?
There's
so
people from all
I was-
walks of life that love their guns, and you're just gonna fucking tax the fuck out of every one of them.
as a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I was putting in for my suppressor. I pulled back on it because of all the bullshit that's going on and how long it takes to get it, and I didn't want to lose that money because you can lose a lot of money
If it doesn't process,
if it doesn't process in time. Now, the reason I wanted a suppressor wasn't to be some crazy ninja badass to run around and, take out people in the middle of the night or some assassin or something. I wanted it for when I went to the range, I could put it on all my guns and not have to worry about blowing my ears out.
I thought you just got it to kill Dave.
So, speaking of assassinations,
Yeah.
as we go back down the political train a little bit, we had an assassination attempt that was straight out of the movie, or not an attempt.
Did you see the scene?
It's a full-blown assassination that happened that blows my mind. RoboTuner, you need to, y'all's little segment that y'all do on
Assassination celebration?
no,
Is that what
on
they do?
conspiracy theories. I'm surprised y'all didn't. Of course, I haven't finished your show yet, but I'm surprised y'all. The Iranian nuclear scientist, the head of the Iranian nuclear program, was cruising down the street with his family in his armored vehicle.
His armored 6.5.
When all of a sudden his vehicle was pelted. Now his vehicle's bulletproof. His vehicle is pelted with bullets, and another vehicle around them was pelted with bullets, and they stopped the car and he got out and was immediately mowed down by bullets. And then like his driver and one of his security team were also mowed down from a remote control gun in the back of a Nissan that was sitting at the intersection waiting for them to pull up. And
It's like James Bond.
after it killed him, it self-destructed. It blew up. Whoever had it, they were waiting on him to come through there, hoping he would stop. Him to get out of his vehicle,
Yeah. Hello, Israel.
kill him, and then to cover their tracks, blew the vehicle up that the remote control machine gun was mounted in.
Dun, dun, dun,
What was
dun,
that movie
dun,
with Bruce
dun,
Willis?
dun, 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 dun.
You've seen that, right?
Which one?
The movie with Bruce Willis where he
I
puts,
saw Breaking Bad, where Walter had a gun that sprung up and mowed everybody down.
there's that one. But Bruce Willis had that gun in the back of the minivan, and he
I
had
can't
it
remember,
built,
man.
and he shoot what is it? Philip
Moonlighting. What was it?
Oh.
What was this TV show with Sigourney Weaver? Or not Sigourney Weaver? What's her? I forgot. I have no idea, man.
But he's going
So-
to. I think he's assassinating the president or something like that. And
How quick did they go, America?
they didn't. They didn't go America.
They
They
went
did
to
exactly
Israel!
what you did.
Yeah.
But
I
it was Israel,
What
attacking
what
him.
is your money on?
China.
No. You think?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're world
Well,
domination.
first off, it was a Nissan. That one just cracked me up. God damn it! What was the name of that movie?
So there's conspiracy theories saying that it's China that did
That
it
it's China that did it because if Iran
into a grocery store.
and I run so far away, if they created a nuke, the Jackal, that's it, the Jackal with Bruce Willis.
That's right, the Jackal.
If they create a nuclear weapon, then Iran could use it on China to free the Muslims that are being put in concentration camps.
Has Iran talked shit about that?
Yes. They've been very vocal about it.
I'm telling you, man, China is really teetering on a world war with the rest of the fucking world, man. Especially if they find out this COVID thing goes back directly to one of their labs.
They're already trying to. That's already all
That's
covered
why-
up. It'll never get found out.
What do you mean?
It'll never get traced back because all that's been already covered up.
They've already taken care of that.
They've had to have. They've had enough time. They've had a year. We're over a year in COVID land. Last November was when we were
right.
talking about it.
Well, the thing that's funny is, so the same report that came out that I heard about it being in California in December also said that it has been confirmed now that it was way worse in China, and there was way more people dying in China that was first told, and that WHO was supposed to be on top of and cleaning up and knowing what was going on, and the CDC.
We were talking about that shit a year ago.
Yeah, how they're full of shit.
How we were talking about all those videos,
All the
that were
videos that are
popping
coming
up,
out, right.
and that were immediately being pulled down of
Yeah.
Chinese military going through the street and just shooting people because they didn't know what it was, and then driving those tanks down the street and just spraying all sorts of chemicals everywhere.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And the thing that's crazy is this is going to make me sound like a conservative. We just elected one of the most friendliest politicians to China that our country has ever seen to president. Well, he's still the president-elect.
What are you talking about? Trump is friends with Kim Jong-un.
So, and also
That
the thing
guy,
that's funny
he's a friend with a terrorist.
is if everything's true, which this could be QAnon, but like the Joe Biden's laptop and stuff, and Joe Biden's ties to China, if it really is true, if half of it's true, then we have a security threat as our fucking president because of conflict of interest with his relationship with China. They have blackmail material on him and his family. We're going to hell in a handbasket,
If that
man.
sees the light of day, he's dead. They tried to kill him this weekend. He's got a broke leg now. That was an attempted assassination. The dog tried to kill him. The dog is a Manchurian candidate.
Were they like, dude?
They said a word. One of the Secret Service guys whispered a word to the dog. The dog went after him and broke his leg. They tried to kill him, but he just got away with a broken leg.
Meanwhile, the Joker's just going.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. That
The
if you start reading
assassination?
about the assassination,
I don't want to. I'm afraid it'll scare me.
it is straight out of a movie scene. It's just fucking crazy.
That it was with them fucking Israeli people, man.
Shit. They set up a vehicle with a remote control gun and mowed this dude down.
Check
that was
this
the
out.
head of the nuclear program. It's fucking insane.
So, man, there's so much to this. Like, we could do a whole show on this.
He was assassinated just east of Tehran.
If Israel did it or the U.S. did it, whoever did it, the act of desperation, though, means what the fuck's about to happen over there? You know what I mean? What the hell are they about to do?
That's why that's the deal. Is like RoboTuner in the chat room says, "Huh? I didn't hear anything about this." No one heard anything about this because they're too concerned about who the fuck's going to be president. Don't be blinded by what's going on. Look around. Anybody that's listening to us,
sources of news.
Make sure you're still being aware of what's going on around, because
if you're still watching CNN, if you're still watching Fox, and you're still watching MSNBC or ABC,
poke your eyes out,
or CBS, you are a fucking idiot. I'm sorry, you're a fucking idiot if you're still watching that shit.
Look, watch the news locally for like the weather and what's kind of going around in your city. Don't watch the big stuff because there's so much other being played that no one knows about. You have to go find it. This was a big story on Twitter, though, and all the other stuff.
Yeah. No, it was a big story. I knew about it. That's what I was telling you the other day. That was
Or
so
being told
amazing.
NPR. It was a big thing on NPR.
Well, don't start following NPR. Jesus, they're the worst.
What?
NPR?
They don't accept money from or donations from anybody. They're not owned by anybody.
Okay, you guys go ahead and get your news from NPR.
There's no grant.
They're still
Money
thinking
going
there's
on.
a PP tape of Donald Trump and some hookers.
That was weird that popped up again on an NPR feed, and I was like, "What?
They
Are we not past that?"
no. Well, I mean, it's kind of silently went away from the MSM.
I wish there was.
But
a
did you
PP
see
tape.
what happened today? Oh, I know, dude.
It would be amazing watching
Fucking-
Trump.
that's
get
the thing
pissed
that's
off.
funny is-
It's
That's the thing that's
hilarious.
fucking hilarious is dumbasses think that would be offending to me.
No.
I'd be like, Trump's a motherfucking man.
I don't know if he's a man.
The man.
I don't know if he's the man.
If he was a fucking about to become president of the United States and,
And
he
he had a
hired some
piss party?
strippers and prostitutes to piss, have golden showers on
I'm not into
Barack
that. though.
Obama's fucking bed,
I'm not into that.
it's just funny.
I'm not into that.
What, pissing on each other?
I thought they pissed on him. I thought that
You don't
was
even
the
do it
video
in the
was.
shower or the tub or in a pool with a girl?
No.
Why?
Why would I pee on someone in a pool?
Because you're like in there. It's not that bad then.
Is that like what do you call it? Crop dusting? You pee and you walk through the
Remember
pool
those
as you're
videos?
peeing and you're just peeing on everybody as you walk through there?
Yeah, there's a blue ring that forms around you as you walk around the pool. Or is it red?
Bunch of bullshit. That was something that was.
Do you remember those
always-
videos that were going around a while back where the girls were like getting paid to,
on cakes?
and the ticket kept fucking playing it until they got woke.
Yeah, they don't play fart stuff anymore.
They
do
don't play any cool shit anymore. Ticket.
So
Y'all used to be so funny. Gordo's still funny.
one last thing about COVID. This ain't really about COVID, but it has to do with COVID. Is that we've got a lot of independent music venues around here, and they're facing issues not having bands and stuff. And if you're part of this association that's called the National Independent Venue Association, Spotify has donated $500,000 to help out local venues stay afloat. That's the second largest donation when behind Anheuser-Busch, who gave more than $1 million
Red for the mountains of Bush.
earlier this year.
Brr.
So
I could get fired for saying that on our show. Probably.
we probably shouldn't say that.
Probably shouldn't. Team F. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we didn't say anybody's name, but
Everybody's gonna be like,
I think that's
"Does Doug
kinda
work for
cool."
Foster's. Good night, Mike.
I think that's kind of cool.
It's still a
it's
tech
out there.
giant. Fuck them.
Spotify's a tech giant. I mean, come on. They just gave Joe Rogan $400 million.
Yeah, they're trying to censor him
Why didn't they take that?
and give it to local venues.
Give it to local venues. Joe Rogan doesn't need it.
Oh man, he just wants weed.
Yeah.
And
Pay
a bunch
him
of
in
eat,
weed.
antelopes and shit.
Pay him in weed and big game hunts.
Yeah, every once in a while, take him to the Yellow Rose or the Red Rose now. Hi, ladies.
We were going to go down there and watch the fight. Did you watch the fight?
The undercard was better.
The undercard
NBA
was
guy getting beat up by the fucking YouTube guy.
Okay. Can we talk about that for a second? Why would you not have any defensive
What's
strategy?
his name?
Nate Robinson.
No, I know Nate Robinson. I know him.
Jake
I'm talking
Paul.
about Jake Paul. Yeah.
Jake Paul
Remind me why he's famous again.
is a YouTube
And it was all
streaming
douchey shit.
sensation.
Like he did the Japan. He went to the forest and did all that shit. Offended a bunch of people.
Offended a bunch of people. He used to do gaming and Twitch stuff and all sorts
Yeah,
of shit like
Just
that.
a doucher.
Just he started that whole culture and got it going.
Yeah.
And now he decided he wanted to fight.
I mean, he's got. I'm sure he's loaded, so he probably
And he did pretty good. I mean, he did
knocked
what he was supposed to.
knocked him out. Knocked Nate Robinson out.
Nate Robinson had no. That's like if I
One
kept
trained and one didn't. It looks is what it looks
if
like.
I kept running at you without putting my gloves up at any time and just kept charging you head first,
yeah,
you're gonna punch me
It's
in the
funny-
jaw
it's
and
funny.
knock me out.
dude. Okay, it's funny. I wanted to ask you about this too. Was Jason kind of pissed that he got that thing, or is he just glad to have people over and having some beers?
I think
Because
that was part of it, but I wasn't pissed
That was-
at it. I didn't. I thought it.
I didn't know about the rules and shit though.
I knew about the rules going
I
in.
didn't.
And I thought I liked watching. Tyson was back. Tyson was on fucking fire. and he was on fire afterwards, and he wanted to eat the heart out of someone's children.
Yeah.
He was ready to go. He would have.
He had his game face
He
on.
was game face. I wish they weren't 2-minute rounds. That's the one thing I didn't know. I thought they were going to be 3-minute rounds. If it's 3-minute rounds,
knockouts.
Tyson was going for
He's
the
going to try to
knockout.
knock him out, for sure.
He was going for the knockout, and Roy Jones Jr. kept going in and hugging him, kept playing the close game. He didn't give a shit about getting punched in the ribs or in the stomach. No big deal. He did not want to get on the end of Tyson reaching out and
the next
seeing
step,
him next week.
The next step is Tyson Holyfield. Bam.
Again. And Jake Paul.
And Tyson?
No.
Jake Paul fights the winner?
Connor.
Oh, gosh. Conor McGregor would fucking kill him.
When he said that after the fight.
He wants to fight Conor McGregor.
You didn't hear that?
He needs to
He goes,
train.
I can take him. I can take on anybody. I can take on Conor McGregor right now.
Well, he needs to train on a few more.
They're buddies.
Oh, are they?
They're friends. But don't be spouting that shit out. You're gonna piss off Conor. He's gonna put on his fuck you suit, his fuck you pinstripe suit, and come and kill you with his proper 12.
Well, the thing that's funny is, like, it looked like to me Jake Paul had trained, but if you watch boxing, if he fought someone that was a real professional boxer, he would have got annihilated. Conor McGregor.
The only person that looked good in that whole night was the Russian guy that moved to LA.
I don't know.
I can't remember his name. And Tyson. Tyson, he had it. He was back.
Yeah. Well, watch it, buddy.
He was scary as shit.
If he went up against a heavyweight right now champion, they'd fucking kill him.
The age difference would not work out.
Yeah.
But he could get an older heavyweight. Roy Jones Jr.
Dude, you don't want to get in a fight with a professional boxer at the age of 80.
No.
My
But they both
step-grandfather
did.
was a boxer, and he fucking punched me in the face when I was a kid. I thought I was going to die. He was well in his 80s.
$100,000. Tyson punches you in the face right now.
100,000?
100,000.
Like full on, no guard, nothing, just fucking.
He just decks you, bam. Like in
Where?
Like in the jaw. Like in
Man, dude.
The Hangover when he hits what's his name in the face.
Jesus.
Knocks him out.
100,000?
100,000.
I'm gonna have to have a little more than that.
250.
Yeah, now we're getting there.
300.
Yeah, probably.
You take 300?
Probably.
I don't think I'd go under a mil.
Because there's a chance you're gonna die.
Well, you're gonna need that much in reconstructive surgery. Like you kidding
Wait,
me?
do your bills get paid, or do you just get the 300,000? It's like take
you're not
care of
gonna
yourself,
have bills. You're gonna wake up in 2 weeks.
man. As a vegetable.
That's
Talking
the
like
problem.
Christopher Reeves.
Dude, there was a time like between the 5th and 6th round when Roy Jones Jr. came in and cheapened his career by saying, I'm cut, can I? I'm cut. Because if any blood was shown, the fight was over. And he came in and he sat down in the corner and goes, I'm cut, right? I'm cut.
Did he really?
Do I have cuts? I'm cut, right? He fucking said that on camera, and I was like, that guy, his entire career is just thrown out the window because he's being a
pussy?
a set of balls.
So, yeah.
But Tyson, I've really thought between the 5th and 6th, or in the 6th round, that Tyson was gonna like hit him and his head was just gonna shoot off and it's gonna be fatality.
Fatality.
Because Tyson kept getting looser and
Finish
looser
him.
and looser and started landing and landing and landing, and it was good, but it wasn't great. But it was good to see Tyson back out there. I was all excited.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, and he took it serious.
When he came, yeah,
He's
did.
fucking being serious. He wanted to.
He got
he's
sober?
just like you said. He wanted to. Well, he's been sober. He just smokes weed now.
Well, that's what I mean. He didn't even smoke weed
He hasn't been smoking weed.
when he was on Rogan about a month ago.
He said he
He
stopped
said
for
when
while
he
he's
started
training.
drinking, he's like, I'm not smoking anything
Yeah.
until this is over. He's like, as soon as it's over, I'm lighting up.
With Joe.
I don't know with Joe or not, but I'd like to go out on the town with Tyson. That'd be fun,
Oh
right?
hell yeah.
That'd be
Except
cool.
There'd be some feminists that would get pretty pissed at you though.
I'm not going anywhere Robin Givens is.
I mean, yeah, no. Go to the yellow rose and the red rose, probably.
All right.
the rolls.
Did you watch the Formula One
Mm-mm.
Bahrain? Did you see the accident?
Well, I hadn't even heard about it.
All right. So
Which driver? What team is this?
it's Daniel's team. Fuck.
Mercedes?
Can't remember his.
Hamilton?
It was Roman Grosjean,
Oh, okay.
his partner. They got in the wreck.
No, I haven't seen it.
So they fire up the race. 30 seconds into it,
Is this the actual race or
the actual race? You know, the beginning of the race, cars are going crazy and they're zipping around the track trying to get position. You know, they're all trying to get somewhere behind Hamilton because we all know Hamilton's going to win anything whenever he's in a car. So
unless he races Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Jr. So anytime
Jr.
Hamilton's in a car, he's at the very front away from everybody else because somehow that guy's Superman. But they're all struggling. I'll show you the video in a little bit. He clips another car, sends him in the wall at 150 miles an hour.
Instantly?
Goes through the cockpit, tears in half, explodes. Half of it is through the barricade. The other half is on the track. Okay? On fire for a good 30 seconds to 45 seconds before he comes climbing out and just gets out and runs over to the car.
Isn't that amazing?
And everybody's freaking out because these cars are supposed to be made to where they do not explode. So something went wrong and exploded. But they said that at his speed, hitting that wall, he hit that wall at 50 Gs. The car hit the wall at 50 Gs, and the halo harness and everything saved his life. And he got detached. Like the car is on fire. Everybody's running over there trying to put it out. He gets out. Now, there's video of him talking and stuff, and he's in total traction now in a hospital and has burns all over his hands and stuff. But at the time, he got himself out.
Walked away.
And walked away and went over and walked and got in the ambulance. And it's like, holy fuck. Because, like, I had turned over to the race.
Yeah.
On was it Sunday morning?
What track was it?
Bahrain.
Oh, yeah. It's in the story notes.
Yeah. And it had just happened. The rake had just happened. Was it Saturday night? Early Sunday morning? Because it was nighttime over there. I don't remember. But he had hit the wall, and I was like, what the hell happened? So they weren't replaying it because they had already said they're not replaying it.
Yeah.
And that it was going to be like an hour delay in the race till they started back up because they had to replay the barrier and everything. So I had to go find it, and like everybody was just like, what the hell? What the fuck? It's crazy. The footage is crazy. But yeah, he's all right. Gonna be fine.
It's crazy, man. We live in a crazy world. Why don't they just, okay, so if that's the case, why don't cars get designed like that to cause less fatalities?
I think that's what they're trying to do, right? But you're also talking about one driver versus an entire family.
Yeah, you got to do it for all the family.
Well, a lot of the problem with modern vehicles, what I've always been told,
you can
is
fix a horse's bone.
The space.
You can send someone to the moon.
The space in vehicles is what causes problems. When you have a lot of space around you, at least in a Formula One cockpit, you're enclosed to where you can build a system that will basically bubble
tight.
up around you and make you tight. When you're in a minivan rolling around with your family, there's too much space, and the stuff that ends up killing you or hurting you is the whiplash and whipping your body around and being a rag doll.
Yeah.
And breaking your neck, shattering your neck, whatever.
Yeah. Well, great. I'm going to be white knuckling on the way home tonight.
And I guess last, it was a sad day, Sunday, when we found out David Prowse, the man that played Darth Vader in the first
See, this is confusing to me.
3 episodes.
It was James Earl Jones.
That was not James Earl Jones in the costume.
Oh, he wasn't.
He did the voice. They couldn't use David Prowse's voice because he was Cockney British.
How did he sound like James Earl Jones? It's amazing.
That's not how it worked.
And December's hot.
That's Holly.
Hi, Holly.
Holly Pierce is
Holly
December.
Pierce.
I can't look at that. It makes things go weird. But yes, David Prowse, the man that stood in the costume as Darth Vader, passed away at 85. And supposedly he was on bad terms with Lucas and Disney.
Did he die of COVID?
No, just old age. He hadn't been doing well. He had been getting ill and everything. But he
Did he have a
died Saturday at
license?
hospital. He did not have a license to ill. But all of them are getting old now. All we really have is Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Anthony Daniels. That's all that's left. Those three.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No,
Every-
yeah. that's
everybody
it.
else is
Yeah,
dead.
Lando's not, right? But he's struggling.
We saw Lando.
Yeah.
We
And we saw your boys. We saw Nick's boy.
we had cheeseburgers with
How?
Jason Momoa.
Did you tell him that the other night?
No, I didn't tell you that.
Like, oh, that's our bro.
Yeah, that's
so
our
that dude
bro.
just fucking cruised up down the street from here?
I'm talking about that off the air.
Oh, okay. So there's some more to it?
There's more.
All right.
But yeah, that was they couldn't use David Prowse's voice because he was very, very British
No,
and very,
fish
very
and chips.
yeah.
Get some
In that
fish
way.
and chips on.
And there's some footage of him reading the
Eating fish and
lines as
chips?
he's acting stuff out with Mark Hamill.
to,
He says the lines,
so Mark Hamill can. yeah.
know how to react and stuff,
It just
and it's
didn't sound
very like, you know what? I am your father.
Luke, I'm your
Luke.
father.
I'm your father.
Luke, I'm the greatest father there's ever been. You watched Trump Rules yet? No. Or Trump Card?
No,
Did you watch the documentary about his about the Russiagate, the plot to
okay.
the president?
No, not yet.
So
That's the one on Netflix or on
there's one
Amazon.
yeah, one's on Amazon, one's on Netflix. The one that's on Amazon is really good. It's more about it's not about it's about Trump, but it's more about the people that figured all that shit out. But the Trump Card starts when Trump was a little wee lad, just a baby millionaire out in New
When
York.
he wanted to go to art school,
yeah,
and art school rejected him,
and so he became
he started to run a country.
yeah, and he shaved his mustache. They will like my art someday.
He started a third party.
The third
political.
strike. The third strike.
Oh, the third strike.
Yeah. No, it was.
Eh.
Yeah, I thought they would get more. I don't know if there's going to be another season because it has seasons set out, and it kind of left at a weird part. You're like, okay, well, this is kind of a waste of
And
time. I
getting
thought
pissed
we were
on by a bunch of Russian hookers.
No,
No.
there was no PP tape.
Damn it.
But they also didn't get into grab him by the pussy. They didn't get into they stopped it right when he decided he was going to run for office, and they said it was when he got shit on by Obama. I forgot about that too at the presidential one of his galas. And Trump showed up
I
right
forgot
after
what
the
it was.
birther shit
Yeah.
got settled, and Obama just fucking lit his ass up, which was funny.
It's
dude.
the roast.
Yeah, some
thing
kind of roast.
They used to do all the time, and then Trump put it into it.
Yeah, Trump doesn't seem like the
The
type of guy that
dialect
likes to be
there.
joked about.
My understanding is he got roasted at the Friars Club years
I
ago,
think he's been roasted a few times.
and that put the end to it because he got really pissed. It was like, "Yeah, this isn't my form of comedy," and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Would you get roasted?
Fuck yeah.
I'd love it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I would love to have.
I mean,
that
that's all
set
we
up.
do anyway. We always
It is
roast
true.
each other.
I would love to. I've always said Seth didn't want to get roasted.
Well, I
when
was
he
gonna
on the show,
do
but
it.
was like,
I was
"Let's
gonna
go
do it
roast."
too when I did the comedy, the 5 minutes
with Jeff.
with Jeff.
Pull him up
But-
on stage and go like, "It's the roast of Jeffrey Lord."
Yeah, and I had some shit that was bad. Like fucking no, you can't do that, man.
like talking about him making knives.
Yeah, just some fucking
Fusing up.
really mean fucking jokes.
Well, that's
And-
the thing. Is like
But and then I started thinking, I was like, man, that would kill the mood if no one else was. If it was just Dustin
you
laughing.
just hear me sitting over there going, "Holy shit!"
Jesus Christ, Stubbs.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. So I decided not to do that, and then I started to go, well, you could make a run down the show, and that's kind of what I did. I did kind of went down when I did the Xanax, I don't know if he wants to fuck me or kill me,
Yeah.
and then the rockin' the creepy guy that thinks he's still young and in a band. with Joe.
With Joe.
Yeah, I kind of went down the line of shit. But dude, I had some stuff lined up. And the thing is, if I got roasted, whew,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
my
No.
nuts would still be sore. So
Could we line that up for one of our anniversaries?
sure, I mean,
Someone set that up for us, and
We get
just be the
roasted?
guest. We get roasted.
you know who'd
And
be
we
the most
fire
brutal
back.
out of all of them besides
Matt Thomas.
yes.
Matt Thomas. He'd call you Papa Smurf.
He'd call me, dude. He would. It'd be like a 3-hour roasting on me alone. Then he'd get to you. He'd do you like 20 minutes, and then the rest be fuck your stubs. It's time.
I'm
Bend
on the
over.
right ball or the left ball. You bend over.
I'm gonna no lube you like a German whore. Fucks, Thomas. I'm gonna fuck you like a 12-year-old in a Catholic school.
Don't
right
make
up
me
the
pull out
fucking
the
ass.
cuckold jokes.
It's time for you to. You just fucking lose it, dude.
I would like to line this up.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. And then the only person that cannot do it is Matt Thomas.
No, he's got to do it. He's got to be the MC. Matt Thomas is the MC.
No
He
way,
introduces
dude.
everybody. If we do it the Comedy Central roast way, you and I would sit there, and he would MC everybody. He roasts first, and then he passes it on to everybody that's up there.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be able to do that pretty soon. But I have a feeling things are going to get shut down again. We're going to finish our album, which
Maybe by our 10-year anniversary.
is going to
we can do
drop
that.
here in the next few weeks. Hopefully, we'll be playing a
Whoa.
live show.
That's a lot of work. Do it in
Yeah.
a few weeks.
No, there's a lot of work to be done. But yeah, I can't wait to do it. I want to play live. I want to do a live show.
I tried to.
As soon as
Hey,
we
I'm gonna do
record it
this
and relay
live
down, we're
right
gonna do
now.
a live show, man.
Did Thomas talk to you about joining his band?
Yeah, he said he wants me to play guitar and something.
Yeah.
I was just, that was the other night when we were at Lola's watching. I forgot who we were watching, man.
Hey, dipshit, do you want to come play in my band?
That's what you should do is let him play bass in ours, and you do.
Doinky doinks.
Yeah,
I'll be the Atticus Ross of the band,
yeah, and
or
then
the Alex Johnson of Mountain of Smoke. Did you watch that live stream? It's good. Their live stream's up on YouTube. Mountain of Smoke.
the one out
at
in
Rubber
Denton.
Gloves. Yep.
Denton.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, I gotta go.
All right. Yep. It's been fun. Did we hit everything on this list? Yeah,
We kind of did this
I
time.
think so. Yeah. The Obamas are gonna do a Netflix comedy about Trump. That'll be fun. I'm tired of it. Trump gets out of office. Can we just it's one of those things. Can we just not talk about him ever again? Like
Yeah,
everybody,
like, that's gonna happen.
society. Period.
He's already talking about running again in 2024.
Whatever.
We get to do this again in 4 years.
Republican Party's not going to let him do it. He already fucks too much shit up. They're going to put someone stupid up there. Rudy.
Jesus, Steve.
How did Rudy go from being such a cool badass during 9/11 and the way he handled New York City to
Well, the mob.
now and the mob standing
Yeah.
up against the mob to now just being a fucking clown?
I don't know, man. I have no idea.
How does that
Well,
happen?
Sacha Baron Cohen had something to do with it.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty funny.
Actually, he was a joke before that, though.
He was a joke before that. All right. Well, it's been fun. I guess next week. I think this week I'm supposed to fill in on Fort Worth Famous. So I got to go catch up on
For
a bunch
who?
of
Ivy
reality TV.
or Susie?
For Ivy.
I'm catching up on reality TV.
So I need to load up a bunch of dating apps and swipe through them and see what guys tell me, and then I need to watch a bunch of reality TV. What are you watching?
Oh, right now, Alone, and that's
Alone's
what I go to
fucking
sleep
fantastic.
to. I love it.
What are you on?
That's what I go to sleep to.
Where
I'm
you at?
season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've watched all of them except
How many
7.
seasons are there?
7?
Oh, yes. It's a perfect show to go to sleep to.
So you're in
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Is that so? They do leave Vancouver.
They go to Patagonia in 3.
I'm also watching Survivor because it's on Netflix now. I've never watched Survivor in my
Ever?
life.
Or did you start at the beginning? Did you start at the beginning?
No, this I don't think you can. Can you? Can you start at the very beginning?
I don't know what's all on Netflix, but
I think
there's
they just
a
put
lot
the
of,
recent. Yeah, this season's got a lot of. Like I don't know how those guys do it.
I would be shriveled up from.
I wouldn't be shriveled up at all, man.
I would be from.
That's the thing that's funny is the
flinging
person I was
semen.
watching it with was she said after you saw those titties for fucking like in that body for like that long, you wouldn't even give a shit. And I'd be like,
No, that is true. What's weird is depending on the girl, like there were some seasons, like when they start losing massive weight,
yeah,
but they have huge implants and they start looking
that's the way this
like
season
really
is.
weird. You're like,
yeah,
wow, that
Yeah.
really makes you look strange.
yeah, and it gives an advantage because they can float.
That is true. Or a disadvantage that they have to dive down to get a
Something?
piece of the puzzle to put up on some type
Yeah,
of
that
challenge.
sucks. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've never watched Survivor until
Oh, you
now.
haven't?
Yeah,
Jeff Probst's a badass. He's got an easy ass job, gets to go to all these cool ass places and hang out.
That
and do
guy
nothing.
fucks.
Dude, you know he does.
yeah.
He used to do Rock and Roll Jeopardy and
Yep.
fucking dominated Rock and Roll Jeopardy. No one could beat me.
Dude, that would be cool. Hey, if anyone's a like one of those people that makes these new reality show contest things like Survivor and all that shit, think about Dustin and I hosting it. I think we'd be good at it.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, we'd call it like it
I
is.
tell you, we need to get on one of these weird dating ones.
No, well, no.
No, where
Don't
we're the
wanna do that.
host.
Yeah, the
And
host
we
would
get
be
to
funny. Watch these
We're the
douchebaggeries.
host, and we get to make fun of the guys
All
and the
of 'em?
girls, being like, "What the fuck is y'all's problem?"
Do you know how many times we'd get called White Knights? Look at Dustin White Knighting. We'd call each other out. You White Knighting, bro?
I'm just over here rubbing her back, buddy. She said her back was sore,
What are you, Trump
Just
or
open her up.
something? No, fuck you. No, fuck you, man.
and the
The
contestants
host-
are just going,
What is
"Why are the
going on?"
hosts in a fight?" We're on what is that, Love Island?
Did you guys see that? He physically assaulted me. Everybody saw that one. Everybody.
Hey, whoever is the head producer of Love Island, let us
Put us on there.
yeah, at least for a couple episodes, let us be
Yeah.
the hosts.
And change the name to AIDS Island.
Well, our chances of doing that are over.
No, let's do it. What we should do is do a reality show about strippers. Has that been done? Oh yeah, didn't HBO do something like
The
that?
Bunny
with
Ranch thing, right?
And then also that cat up in Detroit.
Cat House something. Cat
Yeah,
House
no,
story,
we need a
whatever.
competition though.
Where strippers fight
Yeah.
for implants.
Ooh.
That's dumb.
I
That's
don't
like
like that
one
idea.
night's
I like
worth
the
of
idea
work
of us
for a good
doing. I like
stripper.
the idea of us doing Bachelorette better or Bachelor. I think we'd be way better
We'd
at that.
be so bad
Because we'd get so annoyed with shit sometimes. Like, for the love of God, would you fucking stop crying? Fuck!
So the other night, when
And we'd get drunk and stoned and jump around and act like a bunch of
James,
jackasses.
James came over to record some
We'd
vocals
have
the other
Spectacle
night.
play a fucking slow
Yeah,
dance tune.
A slow dance tune. But James came over to record vocals the other night, and I had the TV on, and The Bachelor came on.
I ditched that.
Our Bachelorette. The new chick came in, and now there's a bunch of guys standing around.
I don't think she's that hot either.
No, she's not that hot. But watching these guys peacock around, and they're just
It's
hanging by
funny.
the pool,
That's the
and they're
funniest
just looking at
part.
each other like, "What's up, buddy? You
Yeah.
didn't get a rose last night, did you?
Yeah.
I got a rose. What do you think of that, huh?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
It's amazing.
who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? I would just be sitting
Yeah.
there going,
What we should
"Yeah,
do,
buddy, pull down my pants. I got this. What do you got?"
or we could do like the trailer park Bachelorette and Bachelor. Kind of like the trailer park boy. You know, we should talk to those guys.
Queen of the Rodeo.
What's that?
It's where we picked the hottest chick at the trailer park. She's
we
the
call
queen
it
of the
Queen
rodeo.
of the Rodeo
Hmm.
or Queen of the Road? Queen of the Trailer Night. We got to talk to CMT about this.
Queen of the truck stop. What if we go and we find the hottest lot lizard?
Man, hey, you know I like those trashy girls, so we'd be good at it. Hey, baby, I think you got a future.
Or it's like we talked about last week. The hottest juggalette.
Ooh, Juggalette.
We go to the gathering of the
I don't
juggalos.
think that those guys
and we
would.
have a
They'd
contest.
probably take that over, though. We'd be successful, and then all of a sudden, those asshats would take it over.
The
The insane clown posse.
guys.
And we'd be like, well, it's kind of your shit. Yeah, I guess you can.
These are kind of your people. We just thought we'd help you out.
And you did drop kick fucking Fred Durst, so that was pretty rad too. So
Yeah, you're kinda
You guys
cool.
could have it.
Would you go to the Gathering of Juggalos?
Fuck no.
Oh yeah, we've talked about this. Because I
I'm
was
out.
going to go alone.
I'm out. I
It
have
was
no
going to be
desire.
me and what's her name? We're going to go.
Someone down in Austin.
Uh-huh.
No,
Me and
that's the
Michelle
thing
were
that's
gonna go
crazy. There's
check
a
it out.
lot of attractive women that are into that shit. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? All I had to do back in the day
I just want to go
was
see
get
the
this
circus.
novelty rap group and paint my face, which had been done by Kiss.
And your biggest single is Chicken Hunting.
Yes.
Who's going chicken hunting?
just
We's going chicken hunting. Who's
basically
going
just
chicken hunting?
Be that guy, those guys. And you would have been into me? No, I wouldn't still. Okay. Well, I'm glad we
Okay.
had this talk.
Okay, but if I start showing up at the bar with face paint on,
You're
makeup, you're going to be like, that guy's mysterious and cool. He's got to be in a band and be cool.
I bet he doesn't wash his clothes. By the way,
Question.
when our project does play a show, I'm sticking to that. I don't wash my clothes in between shows.
Are you going to bury him in the dirt like Death
And
or Dead? Do you bury him in the dirt so that way you always smell like soil and death and mildew
yes.
like you used to? And then when you
Go
have
to
an
drink
interview, you're
yellow-
like,
yellow wine. I mean red wine.
what's the inspiration for your band?
Satan. Actually, that was more Peter Steele.
Yeah, that
He was just
pretty-
Satan.
He took a big space and then the Satan.
Satan.
Question.
Dude, we're late again.
I know it is.
I
This
gotta
is
go.
the last thing I want to ask you. Would this work? You get dressed in the nines and all this fucking, Nikki Sixx rock and roll wear.
Wait, that's not dressed in the nines.
But you like you know how
like a suit and tie.
no, like rock star cool. You're super rock star cool. Dressed up,
What do rock stars even wear these days?
This weird, like the big ones wear this weird rock and roll clothing. That's all. There's like these 4 or
Okay.
5 shops.
All right, now we got to take a time out.
What?
Finish
I'm
your
paying
point
this-
because I got something to ask you.
So here's the scenario: you get in all this rock and roll clothing. We borrow a Provost bus. We pull up to a venue. We get a few friends that are out there with cameras, pretend like they're paparazzi chasing you around. What happens when you enter the bar?
Oh yeah, you got to sign autograph. I mean, fuck, we've played
Would
shows
people-
where people ask us to sign
That's
autographs.
kind of weird.
Like,
but
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Will you sign my boobs? That's kind of weird, but okay.
Yeah, all right. I
But
guess I
yes,
thought-
I will sign your boob. But yes, and a butt. I've signed a butt before.
Yeah.
But what
And a
like
dong.
now we fake it out. We dress it up.
Yeah. What about it? How? What? What is your question
It'd be
here?
fucking funny. We should do that and see what happens.
We couldn't do it anywhere in Tarrant County. We'd have to do it in Dallas or some shit.
Yeah, you
And
just roll up.
Dallas, we might not get away with it.
And you roll up to
We
that.
do it in Austin.
You roll up to that big douchey outdoor club right there on Good Latimer. I can't remember what it's called, but you pull up there with the bus and you get out. People would freak out. You say you're, I don't know, Keith Cool or something. And
Keith Cool.
I'm Keith Cool, man. What's up?
He's Keith Cool, and I'm
You know
Steve
who that
Stool.
is?
Wait, no. Well, yeah.
You have a fake entourage around you as you go in. People are
Yeah.
taking pictures, and you're just, oh man, we're just cool. We're just here to have fun, man. No, not tonight, man. We're just here to have fun.
It's like you're speaking yourself into
Women
fruition
would-
of fame.
I think that's how a lot of it works
They're like they did something. Yeah, you fake it till you make it. man.
around here. That's
Oh, I
how a
don't-
lot of it works.
Yeah,
California's a little
you
different.
still gotta work your ass off if you want to go do some shit. Which is why we need to get our merch rolling.
I mean,
'Cause I need some money.
Kim
so
Kardashian fuck some dude on a videotape and then pass it around.
$150,000 to fuck Kanye, or was it when Kanye?
Is that what
was
you're
it?
doing?
No, I'm just saying that's how it happened, right? So
It wasn't Kanye. It was
Was
Ray
it-
J.
that's Ray J. That's right. So all right, question, and then we're done with the show. Okay, I gotta go home. I gotta pee and shit,
I might have a larger penis than him. Yeah, and I got to go in there and use my bidet.
and I gotta eat some of this food that you got in there. Your mom's pie. I gotta go in there and eat your mom's pie.
It's so weird.
So, country dubstep now, huh?
Yeah.
That's what we're rolling out there instead of Scott Stapp.
I don't know what
And
the
Creed.
fuck that shit was.
That was torture.
Okay, that was taped a month
Pure
ago.
torture. Oh, that's the other thing. It was nighttime.
Yeah, it was taped a month ago because
What?
of COVID.
They
It
just
wasn't
gave
live.
it up.
Well, you should have been able to tell, besides it being nighttime, is that he bounced all over the stadium doing shit, and there was no one in the
Yeah.
stands.
Well,
He went
dude,
from the field to the Miller Lite
That-
Club.
is the worst sounding music I have ever heard in my life. I cannot listen to that. I could not listen to one.
Okay, when they told me who
second
the
of it.
artist was, I actually thought it was a hip hop guy
And then
that I just never heard of. And then I started listening to it, and I was like, what is this shit?
they did country dubstep.
No. Okay,
That was country dubstep.
there is. And there is, when he did the drumline thing in the middle of it, I went to the recording of that. They recorded the drumline actually playing and doing stuff and edited it in there. And that's real, the drumline doing stuff with some of the dancers playing the drums and stuff. And then it went to, yeah, you're right. Right after it came out of that, it was weird dubstep. And I was like, what just happened?
That was crap. That was like Scott's Creed was bad. Or was it great?
He flew. He flew around
Well, it
the
wasn't
stadium.
him. That was the
I thought he flew too.
I don't think so, man.
I gotta go back and watch it. I thought he had a harness on him and flew around the stadium.
I don't think so. I think no, he just had he had those weird Timberland like fucking boots on. He had his own jersey tucked in.
Yeah. Last year was great
With a
'cause I dug-
designer watch.
What she did was cool. All
right.
The girl that's all about the bass, no treble.
That dude, I don't like that girl. So, that dude, though, that was on this. What's his name anyway? By the way, Blake Shelton.
That's the guy that's dating Gwen Stefani.
Oh, yeah, that's
My
right.
voice.
He's the one that does the voice.
I
My
don't.
bad.
He
had
Ryan?
7 lines.
No, Chris Ryan is our buddy.
Hey guys,
It's Chris Aaron.
I don't know. He had 7 lines that said, "What if I go to you? What if I open the computer? What if I take a beer to you? What if I do this?" He had his ghostwriters were fucking the owners of Tart, the new sour beer. All right, we're done.
I can't recover after that. I'm trying to look at this guy's name.
We forgot to welcome our newest sponsors, Tart.
What's
the new
Kane
sour?
Brown?
Kane Brown.
I thought he was a Mortal Kombat character.
Kane Brown. I thought it was a chicken place, like a chicken finger place.
Come down to Kane Brown's. Have some
Kane
fried chicken.
chicken.
Come down to Kane Brown. Have some tart.
Chicken strips. You get a Tart beer. It's a sour, a new sour,
A new sour.
taking the country by storm.
I don't know who was that chick that got on there with him.
I didn't even know a chick got up there with him, man. I was out. I heard about 3 seconds of "What if I could see you? What if I could play the guitar? What if I could see these things in front of my face?" Whatever he was saying was the stupidest lyrics I ever heard. His voice was fucking horrendous.
It got ripped.
And then
It got ripped.
They took a break to dubstep country. And the dude was still wearing like Ed Hardy jeans.
If
That's like
you-
me going out with Z Cavaricci's and being like, what if I do you? What if I, and then just break down to dubstep. And me doing like some fucking robot dance. Come
money
on,
for that.
country.
I'd pay money for that, and I'm sure our newest sponsor would
Why
throw
can't-
in a whole bunch of money for that.
Why can't country music be hacked by China? What the fuck is going on with country music?
They have all the ammo.
It's horrible, man.
Country music does.
Do you think that like the old school guys are just rolling over in their graves? Like Waylon Jennings,
Yes.
like
I would really
I
like to
don't
know
get it.
what George
who
Strait.
likes that shit?
What did King George think
Oh,
of that halftime show?
Cowboy fans like that shit.
No, they did not. No,
was there a
did
bad
not.
response?
Well, it's not live.
Oh, yeah, true.
So they had
that's
to
kind
watch
of
it on
unfair.
a TV screen.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of like, and all said and done, you're just like, oh,
Interesting.
neat.
Or they like, give me another Miller Lite while I beat my bitch. Because the Cowboys are losing.
Don't think they did that.
I think every time I've gone, never mind, I need to be quiet. I'm about to incriminate myself.
Every-
Goodbye, y'all.
Every time you've gone to a Cowboy game, they've lost. You beat your bitch. Is that what you're about to say? I mean, that's the road you were going down.
No. No, I've never laid hands on a woman in a negative manner. So it's been positive training.
Positive Cowboy
I
fan.
try not to put my
negative
hands
Cowboy
on him. I
fan.
just shoot him in the back.
Where do you
kidding.
think you're going?
The Cowboys lost. All right, I gotta go get some of your mom's pie.
All right, let's go eat my mom's pie. All right, we're out of here. Bye.
On Jerry Jones.
Pecan pie. All right, bye.
Pecan pie.
Jesus.
That was shit, though, dude.
No, it
was
was.
fucking-
I mean,
Woo!
hello YouTube. As you get to hear behind the scenes stuff, that was really bad.
Like, you're right. The Megan Trainor, was that her name?
That's her name, yeah.
She was better than that, like tenfold.
I was trying to remember all the Cowboys halftime show
Who's
performers.
in charge of that? Like, who sets that shit up? Because they got a terrible taste in music.
I don't want to say.
You know who I'd get? Back together.
Would you guys come do it?
Years.
Well, what was it? 3 years ago? 3 years ago. Best of Thanksgiving halftime performances.
I mean, Creed will never beat. Montage of Creed
Daughtry.
songs. Daughtry.
And then you had Kenny Chesney.
What if I do? What if I do? What if I do?
You had, let's see.
I don't think I trust the
Enrique Iglesias. See, 2 years ago, I thought it was going to be on.
Iglesias wasn't bad.
No, it was going to be Justin was supposed to come in.
I thought he did one there, didn't he?
Nope.
Was that the
He did
Super
he did Super Bowl, and that's why he couldn't do it for the Cowboy game
Bowl?
because he was in talks for the Super Bowl. Maybe that's 3 years ago.
Has there
I don't
ever
know.
been a metal band though? Like,
What do you think Creed is? What if they put me in charge and I was like, let's get the me thinks on here.
what if they put that'd be badass.
Fucking rad.
Shitty.
All right. We're out of here. Good night. Love you. Mean it. Bye. 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 What if I kill you? What if I ran you over with